is how it goes. Every Thursday night, we gon' rock it right with the Geo Squad. Miss T.O., I be on a job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Juggernaut on the radio, so lovely. Roll up, pull the bottle of the bubbly. It's Thursday night, it's Thursday night. Lovely radio on and the jams is tight. Hey, Miss Toy, bring the dope ass interviews. Get the money up with the streams and reviews. We got beats, we got rhymes, we will never lose. G.O. ride, swerve, cruise. Ride, swerve, cruise. Let me do it too. Ride, swerve, cruise.
Welcome to the Lovely Radio Show with your host, Miss Toy. My co-host, Dahlia Riley, J-Pad the Juggernaut, K-Wise on the track, boy, that's a fact, boy. Bringing the love back to radio with quality music owned by the artists and producers. Great content and great guests. You understand me? Now, I missed the birthday, so happy belated birthday, sis. You know what I'm saying? And I just want y'all to know I have a legendary female rap artist from Kansas City. I mean, been rapping since childhood. Y'all may know, her from the song Who Dat. You might know, right? And her album Skin Deep, which achieved gold status. Soleil, you in the building. Miss Soleil. What it do? Let's make sure our mics is right, y'all. But anywho, y'all make sure y'all like the show. Tonight is up. I don't know what Smoke going through, but he on it right now. He busy as usual. And I'm like, what's going on? He thought I was about to leave the house. He was like, now what is you getting ready for? Right?
Diva too. She's staring at me hard too.
And look at him.
Look. And Diva giving me the side eye.
Man, this is wild. I don't even understand. Let me see if her let me text. But yes, y'all already know, I kept it under wrap.
You did.
But y'all know how this go.
Yes. You did a good job.
Yes. Our strategies be crazy sometimes. When you busy and you got a million and one things going on, you try to link with the people that will show up and show love and get the love, right? Because when this camera come on, y'all gonna see the love and get the love, because this is how this go. Especially on Throwback Thursday, it's a lot when you're a woman in this business. And sometimes you got to see the warriors. You got to hear them, at least know what's going on for yourself, right? Not just from hearsay and what's going on. So when people want to know what's going on with me, where they need to pull up at, y'all?
The Lovely University of the Lovely Radio Show,
And
right.
That's and on social media.
The Lovely Radio Show.
Yeah, the Lovely Radio Show. It's always popping. What's going on? Empire Hood showing up from Texas, showing out. Make sure y'all like the show. Make sure y'all show some love. We got a lot to share with you guys tonight. Oh, boom.
Hey.
Hi. Where your mic at? Can you hear me?
Okay.
You can't. I can't hear you.
She don't have a mic. The mic is not even showing. Oh no.
Oh yeah, you gotta in your settings. It should
turn your mic on.
It should be a microphone. Oh, it's on the other one. I see the microphone on this one. You see that microphone in the corner right here? it's a microphone in the other one. On the other one, but you see that X on it, it's not allowing me to hear you. But yeah, don't even worry about it. We go through technical difficulties every night.
Yeah, we'll let you work it out. We know you gotta get it done.
We're not
Yeah.
even tripping. We're not even tripping.
No,
But I
we see
know.
your lovely face, so we're not even tripping.
Oh my God,
We
I'm
just
so happy to see
playing.
my friend, my
Oh
sister, man.
my God.
No, maybe if you pop out and come back in on this one, the mic will come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that it do it to us all the time. How y'all doing though tonight? Make sure y'all like the show love to the show. It's the ladies' night. Said, damn, she's still super fine. Miss Toy. Jay Solid, what up with it? What up with it? What up with it? Warriors, we only be with bosses. I don't know. Maybe y'all
Boss,
don't know.
Boss
Maybe
Fit
y'all don't know my squad at
Society.
all.
Boss
Dahlia,
Fit Society. You know what's up. You know what's up. I had to do an anthem for us for it.
man, a boss, it's society. Can I bring my
Yes,
sister
there it
in?
is.
Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hi,
Peace, sis.
and
Oh
pieces. Now
my
tell everybody if they don't know, if they've been under a rock, who you are, because
Oh, Lord.
man,
God.
Wow, that's always a question. I'm like, you tell them who I am.
right? I let them
Aw.
know. I let them know a little bit before you came on and then happy belated birthday. And like I said
Happy
before, if
belated
y'all don't
birthday.
know,
Thank
it was
you.
last month, but
Yes.
I want to just tell y'all her big break was in 1999 featuring
Yeah,
on Who Dat. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Mhm.
And that was released, man, and everybody went crazy. Seriously, we needed
Mhm.
that energy, and the
yeah.
females went crazy. And then
Mhm.
she flipped the script on y'all and did Skin Deep. You know what I mean? And then that hit
Yeah.
gold. So we proud as females that another woman came out and we all embraced that. Now it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
a new time, of course, and it's new things going on.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring that good vibe and good energy and just do an introduction again while you here because
Love me some Soleil.
I appreciate it. It's always an awkward question for me because I don't like talking about myself. And so whenever somebody asks that question, I'm like, ooh, can you do the introduction? But I can't
I
do that.
redo it
I
as
can
many times.
share. I can share a little bit, but yeah, I have been rapping since I was about 6 probably. And then started writing my own rhymes and was in a group, created a group called Divine with my best friend. And we were doing talent shows. And long story short, I ended up becoming a solo artist. And as you said, I mean, a very, very, very condensed version of an extremely long story
Right.
is that I ultimately ended up signing a deal with DreamWorks and Tricky Stewart and he put me on Who Dat, and that's how people ultimately heard of me on a national platform in my 20s, though I had been performing since I was a child. And
Yeah.
so that came out and that put me on the map as a known female artist, hip hop artist. And then I put out Skin Deep, as you mentioned, and that came out in 99. And then adding yourself to that picture. So Miss Toy and a sister named Cliche out of Houston and Bobby Bossalina. Well, it was Miss Toy and Bobby Bossalina.
Yeah.
Bobby was out in New York, you was from LA, and I used to bring them on the road with me because I wanted to create this
Mhm.
group called the Brigade. So it was me.
Yeah.
Well, you and Bobby ended up on the album, so I put them
Yeah.
on the song, y'all on this song called I because I was like they just so dope, and I was always wanting to. I knew that when I was in a position to help somebody else, I wanted to try to put other women on as well. And so I would take them on the road with me, and
Mhm.
and it was on the album. And ultimately, though, I decided to leave the industry after that one album. So we ended up not doing the album with the Brigade, but we got to do that one song on the project. So that people loved.
And then I appreciate it because, being a woman in this business, you don't know who really know what you're doing. So
Mhm.
when I got that call to come work with you, I was just like, oh my God, this is a blessing because it get me a chance to be on another coast where people get to know my name, and then
Right.
I get to tell people about you on the West Coast. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And how fly
Mhm.
you are, and us going to be
Mhm.
able to do things like that. But as we
Mhm.
transition into the business side, I love the way you have transitioned. And I told you
Mhm.
I'll follow you, and I seen, the transition from music. But of course, we got to let them know where you come from. But I also want them to know where you are now in your spiritual awakening and your wellness and your
Yeah.
websites, and how we can support you now
Mm.
that we can see your face. You know what I'm saying? So, regardless, we all come from somewhere, huh? So, like,
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, part of the reason I left the music industry after that one project is because I always tell people I was really disenchanted with the business of music. And so I love creating, I love writing, I love performing, I love all those aspects, but the actual business of music, I was just disenchanted with being in the industry. And I first felt like that the label didn't really know what to do with me in regards to they were trying to put me in one direction, and then I was wanting to go in another direction, and then I didn't. As I had some time off in between the first album and the second album because I actually did, complete a second album. I decided in the silence between those two, the space between the two, I was hearing promptings that to go on this deeper spiritual journey, and that I wasn't, I was definitely feeling like I wasn't feeling the direction that black music, urban music as they was calling it, hip hop, was
yeah.
the direction that it was being pushed and heavily promoted, especially with women, with hypersexualization, and I didn't really want to be a part of that. Even though you listen to my album, I mean, I was telling a lot of stories, so it wasn't a hypersexual album, but there were, sexualized overtones, and not that there's anything with sex and celebrating sex and sexuality and all those things are beautiful, but the direction of it being like a really debased view and image of women, and especially Black women, and violence and all those things that I didn't want to be a part of. So I was like, I literally heard an audible voice say, "Is this what you want for your children?" So I had two
Mm.
daughters at the time, and I was pregnant with Story, and I was like, "No." And so I decided, like as quick as that, like, okay, I'm done, and I'm gonna go on this journey of seeking, because I came up in a spiritual household, so I knew my mama made sure I knew the power of the tongue and how we create it with our words. And so I started studying music and sound in a way to really learn the science of sound, and um, how sound and our words really have the power to not just evoke emotions, but to literally program you. Like, we literally, I mean, on the radio it's called programming, and it
Yeah.
literally is programming. That repetition that becomes ingrained in your subconscious, and then 95% of our actions and decisions are made from that unconscious mind. And
Right.
so the dominating thoughts in the conscious mind then move to the subconscious mind and influence it, and then all of our habits, patterns,
Mm-hmm.
creativity, personality, beliefs, all that, cognitive bias, is all of that long-term memory in that space. Like, those things that hold the vision long enough holds the power over you. And so in learning those things, and how sound has literally able to program your DNA, like,
Mm.
literally, I mean, we can look outside and see that, like, what's
Yeah.
being heavily pushed and promoted, and how it's literally programming the people, in a way that I
Children.
didn't want to be
Yeah.
involved with. So, so I went on that journey of learning about sound on a different level, using sound in a different way, working in, exploring many different spiritual traditions and paths that ultimately led me where I am today. And there's so much I could talk about, but then this would turn into a class and not a
You
and
see,
not really an interview.
our
So,
title is
I
called
love going to
Lovely.
university.
You in the university for a reason.
mm,
It's because we learn every day, even the
yeah,
ones that's changing our ways and thoughts, because you don't have to think the same process as last year. That's last year. You
Right.
can actually reprogram yourself and learn something different that will benefit you. And so that's what we do
Absolutely.
vibe with over here on a lovely radio show, because we're
Mhm.
living real life. We're not living some simulation of what life is. We actually have to feed ourselves every day, pay our bills, and do regular
Mhm.
things every day. And they look at this internet like everybody is living on some kind of rich, spaceship or something, and it's
Right.
enclosed in with just those people, and everybody else outside of it is broke or
Right.
broken. And you're like, no, we're actually okay. We don't really want to be on that ship. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I,
Right.
I'm glad that you came, because the university, because we have people that don't pull up in a chat. They just talk to us, and they feel the vibe and the energy. So they like, wait a minute. Y'all don't just do music over here, Miss Toy. I'm like, nah, you talking to aunties and mamas and daddies
Right,
and
right. We
grandmas.
would hope that at this stage of life that there's something more to offer. It's a lot of
Absolutely.
times we'll find, it's you'll find artists that are legacy artists, and then they have not grown beyond, what they were doing and presenting in when they were teenagers or in their 20s, and now you 50, 60 years old still with
Mhm.
nothing more to offer. And it's not that we can't go back and appreciate those things that and the journey and where we were at one time, but if we still in the
I don't live
mindset that we was in when we was a teenager at 20 and we in our 50s, 40s and 50s now, then we done kind of wasted a life. You know
a
what I'm
lot.
saying? Like we should be having more to offer at this stage in life than just what we were talking about as in our youth. But
That's
this society keeps us, is has this obsession with perpetual youth and thinking that we need to stay in that one place, and that's what's celebrated. And this is why we have such a culture of ignorance, because it's
mm-hmm.
not so much reverence for eldership and elders and wisdom and what comes with that. The elders now want to be the teenagers still.
Exactly.
So we should have something different to offer. We should have something more to offer. And for me, that turned into, I went on a journey of, I knew that, well, one, when I left the music industry, I actually didn't think I would ever return to music, which I ultimately did, and put out an indie project in 2019 called Encoded,
Hmm.
because I heard that prompting again that was like, yeah, you can't let that one piece of music that you did in 1999 be the only musical representation that you leave in this
Right.
earth realm after you'd have been on a journey of learning and seeking and wisdom teachings and sitting at the feet of elders, sitting at the feet of teachers and gurus and wise ones. And you didn't just do that for yourself. So now you got to put that also to music to
Wow, and
move
that
on.
Yeah.
I love it. I
So,
mean, seriously, to
yeah.
even have that information to be able to put to music was
Mhm.
more beneficial for that journey to you to get here. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like we
right,
need that information too. So the
right.
divine feminine energy
Mhm.
cultivation,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
cultivating us over here. You know what I mean?
Right,
So how
right.
did that start? Because that you cultivating us right now, you know?
Hmm.
It was the our paths through life are not ever just a straight path. It's always a winding road and spirals and revisiting this place to return back here and end up there. But ultimately, it took me down many paths of learning, and so I ended up. Being initiated into a Sri Vidya Shakta Tantra tradition. It's a tradition out of my mother was also part South Indian. She's West African, East African, and South Indian. So going back and getting those traditions that rooted in my ancestral lineage. So, and then becoming, I teach yoga. So certified, I've been teaching yoga and practicing for many, many years. I'm a clinical herbalist. So I went to herb school years ago and have an apothecary. So I'm a clinical herbalist. I practice Ayurveda. It's the Indian form of medicine, but
Mhm.
holistic form of medicine. So I'm an Ayurveda wellness practitioner. I teach sacred dance. I'm a birth doula. So I don't practice that often because you got to be on call, but I'm a birth doula. I'm a martial artist. I have a black belt in kung fu. So I have been teaching and practicing martial arts for a long part of my life, and But I ultimately opened a business. I have a few businesses now that I opened along that journey. One is actually it's called Spruce. It's in Kansas City, and it's an independent living program that we house mental and physically disabled adults. And so we house them. And then I have Davy Tribe Wellness, which is my clinical herbal practice where I used to do clinical consultations. I don't really do them much anymore. I sell products primarily through that. And then the Goddess Temple of Love, which is an online temple as well as a local space here in just outside of Atlanta, where I teach women's wellness practices. And so those women's wellness practices include yoga and mantra and I call it swasta, which is a Sanskrit term. It just means being well on every level, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So it includes a lot of different modalities and just reclaiming the sacredness of woman and countering some of that which we are seeing now in the over culture with the denigration of women that has just continued to get worse and worse and worse. So that work came about just organically through all the paths that I was traversing, and it ultimately ended up here with that. So that's Goddess Temple of Love online.
I see some body butter that I'm about to order on there.
Oh, that's on the Davy Tribe Wellness site. Yeah,
I love some, good body, butter for my skin.
and I can send you. I'll send you a packet.
Oh my goodness! I was like, okay, I'm on here, and then I'm gonna bring up the website right now too, so you guys can see for yourselves as well. And then Dahlia was on my That Girl album, and then I have two of my producers who are also great friends of mine, J Pat the Juggernaut and K Waz. And we all just built a bond to be able to have a platform to be able to discuss things with not only the youth but our own peers.
Right.
And that's why I'm glad you came through, because sometimes we just need to get by ourselves and read or just think about some positive things. Can we make some things happen with each other? You know what I mean? Not only music, but just, supporting each other's businesses, or also, like you said, wellness is everything to me. I'm a licensed massage therapist, so I always,
wow.
And I'm a nutritionist.
Oh, see, look. The whole wellness connection here. One of my daughters is a herbalist and a massage therapist as well.
Nice.
That is beautiful. Yeah. I have healing hands, so I feel like my family, when they go through, anything, an injury or something, I'm able to help break out my table. And I start with the village first. I don't worry about making money outside of what I'm doing, because it's really for me to see them be well and show them how to, recover from injuries. So yeah, I love that, Dahlia. Can you tell her a little bit about your site?
Yes. So Body Lounge is basically a place about vitamins, health, wellness, mainly like, just the certain foods and superfoods. I'm a big time super foodie, whether it be moringa or flax seeds and things like that. Stuff for like, as we're getting older, things for that. Certain like mushrooms, things that we should be eating to keep our bodies energetic, keep our brains together. So that's pretty much what Body Lounge Vita is all about. I worked as a program director for weight loss centers for like a long time, helping people go from whatever size they wanted to be to whatever size they preferred. And so I just turned that into a brand, along with, certain products, for your skin to wash your face or to, to bathe in, certain things that'll make your skin softer or detoxify your body. So yeah, I'm so glad I'm in the company of people that are involved in music and have been so influential. I am so glad to see you. It's like I've always I remember one time we were all together we were just kind of having a moment. I think it was during a time when you had a show or something like that, and it was me, you, and Genuine. I think you said his real name that day. You called him Elgin, and I was like, oh, that's his name. And I was like, oh wow. And I just never forget that moment. It was really long ago, so you may not remember, but it was a time for me because you were very influential to me. So but yeah, it's just really glad to see you. I'm just really excited to
Thank
see
you.
you.
You as well. And it's always beautiful to see women, like as you said, that are helping to promote wellness
Yeah.
in our community. And it's so extremely important that we really come into high levels of wellness on every level. Not just physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotionally, spiritually, mentally, because
Mhm.
people are struggling. I mean, I'm seeing so many people struggling, so many women struggling, and then this culture is not is it leans toward pushing women into illness at a very young age, and so we're seeing so many women struggling going through menopause, struggling just day to day, struggling on every level, and so we need more women. Um,
Mhm.
Midwifing other women through all the different veils of life.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I know it is. You
It
guys have
is.
anything y'all want to add to it? Because I want to just say shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you for all your positive messages in there. Make sure y'all like the show. Guys, what's going on? Y'all got women up here today.
Strong and powerful.
Yep,
Thank you. Yeah.
that part. That
I, wa-
part,
Yeah.
I
most
want to
definitely.
I want to ask when you was on a major label, did they try to force you to like do sexual songs or
It wasn't a forcing of trying to do sexual songs. Like I said, I only put the one album out, but there's that kind of leaning towards a direction. It wasn't like extremely highlighted of what they were doing. I mean, I did have a lot of freedom to write what I wanted to write and how I wanted to write, but there was still always that, um, those you watching and seeing where the industry was going and what
right?
was being put behind and what's being pushed and heavily promoted and what's being encouraged. But I was very vocal and and
Yeah.
Yeah.
real. So I would sit up in the meetings like,
Me too.
no, I'm not doing this or I'm
Nah.
not doing that
Yeah.
or F that, and just raw. And at that time, like, no,
Yeah.
sitting up in meetings like, nah, F that, I'm not doing that, or nope, so
Yeah.
it
You
wasn't
really.
trying to force. And I think part of that is with my personality, it was nobody was going to force me to do anything, but it
Hmm.
was, I still was very cognizant of the fact of what is being heavily pushed and promoted.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see any other way to real at that time. I didn't see another lane. I didn't see
Yeah.
another way. So no, I wouldn't say that they were trying to force me
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
anything. There was a little that dropping
In the
little.
Like
window. Yeah.
come
Like
Yeah.
that
on, come do
leading
this.
coercion.
They try to video vixen us without saying it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
My first video, it was like they wanted the women to go down the pole and be naked, and I was like, how about reverse it? I mean, this is a video. I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have my mom and them there, like make us be strong with hats and suit ties if you want to, but I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be naked in my first video, and it was
Yeah.
just like they're not gonna respect this, and I'm like, well, dang, I just have to do it. So it's not like people forcing, it's just like a persuasion because sometimes they want you to just go ahead and do what they already planned for you. And that's not what God had planned for me. And I
Right.
did see the strong side of certain women in this business, like, Sugar T and, certain women. So when I seen Soleil didn't get off that plane, at one time they tried to book her and didn't have her money. And she got back on that plane. I said, I fuck with Soleil. I don't care what nobody say. I said, she got back on that plane. And y'all think I'm mean. Y'all think I'm crazy. I think we supposed to take her for ourselves like this. And I was just I was able to see examples without you wilding out, without you having to do anything. They just
Mhm.
said, "Oh no, we didn't have it together." She got back on that plane, and I said, "Well, thank God, because that's when I went back home and did You Could Do It video." So I wasn't even popular yet either. So my shenanigans was like, "Girl, you ain't even famous, girl. Why is you acting like this?" But I had great examples like yourself who already had
Mhm.
a name for yourself. And I had examples. Like they act like this was an example. You know what I'm saying? I know they had trouble with
Mhm.
Shaka Khans and you know what I'm saying, Diana Rosses. I know they spoke up for themselves. So
Oh
y'all
yeah.
say
Yeah.
that we can't. So that's why I really respect you so much in your journey through whatever music side that you went through to get you here, because I really feel the energy of what you're doing now. I love supporting everything that, the artists that made it through. You made it through. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to see that and the smile on your face, because you could tell when people have been through something and they not going through it no more.
Right.
Know?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So, the journey real. It's not a game. I mean, they know that on this show. They know that from directly from me. And that the no's meant yes for me now. I don't look at it like, oh, I didn't get this or I didn't get that. No, I was blessed to not have to go through whatever artist was going through,
Yeah. It was the protection that was coming down the line to keep us from some of that stuff. So I mean, I know I'm protected. So I know that for a fact. So I'm real clear on that. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the time I was there. I'm grateful for all the lessons. I'm grateful for the successes and the disappointments and all of it, because all of it is a teacher, if we allow it to be. So I'm grateful for where my life was rerouted to, and then to still end up back here in a place of being able to offer music without having to have to conform, because one, I don't need to do it, because I don't need to do it for a career, because I have businesses, I have other careers, I have, I don't have to go out and try to at 52 compromise and try to do anything just to make some money in music, especially seeing the direction and what is pushed and heavily promoted. But to be able to come back and just really do music that is coming from the soul, that is coming from whatever it is, however I want to express creatively without any outside influence, that's a blessing. Like that's a blessing in and of itself. So I'm grateful for that.
I guess they asked a salute to Soleil, her husband, Professor Griff. Is one of his mentors. Ben Frank is said, Professor Griff, and shout out to him as well. Public Enemy was one of my favorite, hip hop dance. Like when I danced before I even rapped, that music was my motivation, because I knew it was a calling. See, it's a frequency for Black people certain time. Certain music, they wiped it away from us because they knew we would be way too powerful.
Oh, yes.
That was intentional. Definitely intentional.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to guide us into a more smutty space, you know what I mean? Where we're not.
What makes them the most money, right?
Yeah.
There's an old saying that I like to say. It says people keep stuff away from you when you're powerful. And so, Public Enemy was so powerful at the time. The industry was trying to keep that message away from the people. You know what I mean? And so, big respect to Public Enemy, and big respect to yourself as well. Very, very nice meeting you. I had a question myself. My question is, now that you've been able to transcend into other, ventures and things of that nature, tell people a little bit about, timetables and what a career really means. What is success?
Okay, wait, that was two different questions.
Okay.
Wait, clarify for me which one.
Well, let's just talk about success. You know what I'm saying? Because people have a vision of success. Everybody, I talk with all my people when I do consultations all the time about what's your end game. You know what I'm saying? Defining your end game and what you consider success, and just your definition of what you think success is. You know what I'm saying? If there is any.
Yeah. I mean, I really, at this stage in my life, I know a lot of people tend to like to have clear, clean cut, it's this or that. And what I found most often in life is things are both and they're very rarely either or. And so success looks very different for different people. And success for some people is just simply making a whole lot of money. Success for other people is having a beautiful family life and their health, and and being able to have the freedom to do what they want to do on a day-to-day basis. It really depends. I think when you talk about success, most people in this culture equate success with a specific amount of money and a specific lifestyle. For me, success is being able to be fully free to the capacity that we're able to be free in this culture to do what it is that I want to do without being dictated to, and how I do that. The success is having my children that I raised to not be out here in the streets on drugs, out there wild, to have raised beautiful young women that are becoming successful in their own right, having my health at 52 and being in sound mind and body, and my mental faculties intact, and having food on the table. And it's not, for me, it's not a specific number, but it is waking up every day in gratitude and joy, and not seeking a whole lot of things outside of myself and needing a whole lot of things to try to make myself happy or fill something that's lacking within. So that true success is really understanding who I am on a spiritual level, so that I am able to be in joy and in contentment regardless of circumstance. So to me, that's success, and I can't put a number on it, like I know it's often done in this society.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh,
Nice.
It's a journey.
Nice.
It's not a destination. It's definitely a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
marathon, not a sprint, right?
and the words are powerful. It'll get you there or it'll take you down. So,
Yeah.
it's a lot that goes with it. And I know you guys are loving this. So if you're liking the show, you're doing a great justice to a Black-owned show,
Mhm.
Lovely University, and of course, the Lovely Radio Show. So Ken Dog said, "How did you link up with Tech Nine on the song Ain't Nobody Fucking With
Me and Tech, actually, we both from Kansas City, so I know Tech since we were like 12, 13 years old. I met Tech, and I met him somewhere in Kansas City. We were running in circles because we were both rapping, and so Tech was doing what he does and beating on his chest and rapping, and I was like, oh my God, he is so dope. And so I had created this group called Divine with me and my best friend, and we won this talent show and the talent show we won was a trip to BRE convention. They used to have a Black Radio exclusive in New Orleans. And so we won a trip there, 89, 90, maybe 1990. We were teenagers, and I had known Tech, for a few years at that time. And
Mhm.
so I told my daddy, because my daddy was managing us. I was maybe almost 16 then at that point. And I was like, we got to take Tech. Like, he's so dope. Like, we got to take Tech. And so my dad actually got him a plane ticket. So Tech always shares that story. Like, yeah, Soleil took me on my first plane ride because I begged my dad to get him a plane ticket because I thought he was so dope. And I was always that person that wanted to. If I thought she was dope, I was like, I'm trying to put you on too. I wanted us all to get put on. And so, Tech, I just know Tech from Kansas City, so it was inevitable that we actually have songs before that too that are just out there. Like if you Google Tech and Soleil, we got some real old stuff from before either of us ever had a deal that we recorded together in Kansas City with this a brother that produced named Don Juan, that he took us both out to LA. I think I don't know if that's when I met you, Miss Sue. I think we might have met out there at that time, but me and Tech were out there working with QD3 trying to get a deal, like recording out. So we were staying at his house and working. But yeah, I've known Tech since I was probably 12 or 13 years old. So
wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
Shout out to Tech Nine around here, Kansas City. It's a minute, so it makes sense to me. The collaborations and the connections now, they don't know, you know what I'm saying? But how did I get on Ayaya? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell your story, how y'all came to meet, but I love that song, and we play that on the show.
We acted a fool on that song. We was rehearsing the other day for this show. I'm performing in North Carolina at this festival not this coming weekend, the following weekend. And
Mm-hmm.
so me and the dancers, we were listening to old stuff because we were going to do a clean version of 4, 5, 6 and Who Dat for the show. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's some stuff that I just would not perform now. I just can't even do it. And so they were like, and they love ay ay ay. So they was like, would you
Of
ever do
course.
ay ay ay? And I was like, hell no. I said, the first thing out my mouth was got these niggas by their balls. Like
Ah,
when I could proceed to say MF about 20 times, I was like,
Ah,
I said, but I was like, we killed that. Though. I was like, oh my God, Miss Toya, Bobby
it was a time in the space, boy. Because we could not. Let me tell you something. Y'all think I'm finna come in here and play nice when they just killed this whole track? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what am I supposed to do on this track after they do that? You know what I'm saying? And flipping it. And when we got on stage together, we just was the happy. You didn't even think we was the gangster vibe that we was because we still was ladies. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a crazy vibe or a time in space where people kind of still knew. They was like, nah, they are rough, but they're not like, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like being a lady and conducting yourself in this business, it show wherever you go. You take yourself everywhere you go. So even though we was spitting these hard bars, they still was like, we respect it. Hi, Miss Toy. Hi, Soleil. Miss Soleil. You know what I'm saying? People still gave us that respect. So I'm glad that I was able to keep up with the time, but I wasn't never trying to stay there. You know what I mean? It's like I can do this. Like I always love the challenge. So when I got called in to do that, I really was excited because I was like, see, these are the things that I'm going to remember forever, being called in to do certain work, just like you could do it. It's like a certain call that you get, and you know this feeling of something is about to change. It's about to change my life, and so you change some lives along the way. And even if you didn't do it intentionally, I so much love you and respect you for all of the things you have done, not only for me, but only the things that I've heard from you come from you being such a great person and including us and valuing other people and not just I don't just think of myself. You see, I'm not on my show by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got my partners with me, I love that. Tell us more about that because I know your children, that's rubbing off on your girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, I teach them that, I mean, this life is not just about ourselves. And I,
Mm-hmm.
I give that credit to, my mother. I have beautiful parents. My mother, she passed away in 2013, but she's very much still here present with us. And so her spirit and her spirit and my father is still here. He'll be 80 this year, but yes, but he, that spirit of generosity and that spirit of knowing that we don't live this life just for ourselves, and we don't have to give to depletion, but we should be, pouring into ourselves and filling ourselves so much that we have an overflow of abundance to give to others, to help others, to share with others. And I think the beautiful thing is, it's often you hear so much about women and competition and cattiness and things like that. And I never, I grew up with, I have two sisters there. I don't call them my half sisters, but just so to say, so you understand what I'm talking about. They're my half sisters. They have a different mother, and I'm 14 years older than them. So I didn't get to grow up with them. They were more like my children than sisters. I grew up with two brothers, so I always wanted sisters. And so when my sisters came along, I was so happy, but they were so much younger than me. It wasn't like having sisters till they were grown. So I say that to say I always wanted sisters. And so I was always of the mind state of sisterhood and loving other women and seeing other women as a reflection of myself. And what I'm wanting for myself, I'm wanting for my sisters, and I'm wanting, to help bring other women along. And that's been reflected throughout my whole life, even to the work now that I do with women and trying to help women achieve success in the realms of their health, of their spirituality, of their mental health, their emotional health, and all those things, but in any way that I can uplift and bring other women on. And it's just been a thread throughout my life, but I just credit that to having beautiful parents, having generous parents, to having, and that also poured and instilled so much in me that I didn't feel like I had to compete or I got to be better. No, I wanted. I mean, the video I posted the other day with 456. There was no need for me to bring all three of y'all on the stage to do 456 because it's only me on the song. But I was like, nah, y'all I'm come do this show. Bring Miss Toy, bring Cliche, bring Bobby. Like I want all of them out there. Like I wanted to, it was just something that I wanted to do, and I love seeing other people win. I love seeing
your
other
vision of
succeed.
doing the lyrics with you while you do your part, and it was so planned perfectly. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Just having your back while you saying this. It don't matter what was going on. It was just that camaraderie. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
Oh my God, we got your back. It didn't matter what was going on. I was, elated to be there and also be able to bring somebody else who enjoyed, the company of greatness to me.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I applaud all the things that you had to, go through as an executive, because silently we're the artists, but we're executives because we can kind of say, no, we don't want to do that, or no, we don't want to do that. But
Right.
having managers and people in position, it kind of changed us a lot. I changed a lot because I had, managers who they was out for themselves. And so it took me some time to get with people who wasn't just out for themselves.
Yeah.
How did that, transition from you know what I mean, being in the music, and then you still have businesses? Do you have management people that you're working with now?
I was out of the music industry so long, and again I thought I was never coming back. So when I came back to do the project in 2019, the landscape was totally different at that time. It was streaming, it was
Yeah,
social
yeah.
media, it was, and I was like, I don't even know I don't even know what to do in this realm. Like what are we doing? And so I didn't have a manager. Griff was trying to help me, but then he was like, I'm just going to be your husband because I don't want to be business stuff like that. But he would help, as he actually produced half of that project, but people don't know
No
that he's
doubt.
actually a really dope producer. But so now, and even until that, we put that project out, COVID happened, so I didn't even really promote it, and people are now finding that. So I'm actually re-releasing that project with 3 bonus tracks, and those are the tracks that I've been putting out on my social media right now. And
Right.
but because people are finding it, like, where has this been? This is so dope. And I'm like, I wrote half of that stuff in 2017, 2018, and put it out in 2019. So it's old to me, but it's new to everybody else. But and it's some really dope songs on there. But I literally just got a manager, and he's actually working as manager, like booking some things. I like literally just recently I was doing everything, and I wouldn't suggest it, but it just people, a lot of times my ideas are, I've found that throughout my life, it's been I'll say a gift and a curse. Some people say no, it's just a gift, but I've always had like a vision that was really far ahead. And so all the things that I would see and want to do and try to do, people would be like, you want to do what? Like, and people would see the vision. So I just really couldn't get people to really understand
Yeah.
my vision a lot of times. And then, so then I'd be on to the next thing when I was done with that. And then it became a big thing. And that's been a consistent thing throughout my life. So it was always hard to try to assemble a team that really saw the vision of what I was trying to do. But now I do have some help because I was doing everything. I was performing the songs, I was writing everything, I was directing the videos, I was doing the wardrobe, I was like creative everything. I even still do like all my social media, my websites, like everything.
Yeah.
I've done
I
everything.
knew that was you when you posted up 456. I was like, this so like. I was like, let me just talk to her in her DM because I know everybody probably be hitting you, but
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
I've
I just
done my
want you
own
to know it
social
was
media.
me. You
Yeah,
went
I
and
post
found
all
me.
that.
Girl, I love you for that. Mm-mm.
But that's not, you do need a team. Like if you want in anything you do, you need a team. We need other people. We need to do what we specialize in. Even if we are capable of doing all the things, it's not smart to do all the things. I was doing all the things because I just didn't have anybody to help. But now I've called in some help. So
Oh, good. Okay, you got us too. So promotion
thank
wise,
you.
we all support and help each other. If you see Lovely Radio Show, I don't run that page, but that's a part of the show. And everybody that comes through here is really supportive. Like they share stuff, they comment, they promote
Yeah,
unconditionally. It's not like nobody is looking for anything. They just appreciate real
right.
stuff going on. So sometimes we do have to go through certain paths like the Underground Railroad to figure out some of the stuff that we need to do because we're veterans, but that doesn't mean our fans are not just learning who we are.
Right.
Or
That's right.
and they can work this internet better than us and find us quicker than we could. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just put music out. So now I am, an A&R and talent scout for Maverick Global Distribution. Then I have my own label. So
Wow.
I put out my own music and I don't wait for anybody. That's why I
Yeah.
have my producers. I still work with Mike City from my That Girl album. I still,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? I still have some veterans that I work with, but I'm also more focused on artists who don't know which direction to go,
Yes.
how to
Yeah.
do the registration or when it's time to distribute some music. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's easier sometimes than most people think. You could just do stuff yourself. But if you do have a team, then that is excellent. So my team, y'all should be liking the show. Y'all should be sharing the show. You know what I'm saying? We got hip hop royalty on the screen. And I just want y'all to show the women how much y'all love us sometime when y'all don't see us in a while. And it doesn't matter what we've been doing and what's going on in our past. We don't live there. But it
Mm-hmm.
is all about being healthy and happy today. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, you guys make sure y'all like the show, share the show. Now, is there anything from your site that you would recommend? Not just for women but men. Like, what would you recommend from your site that will help us?
I mean, there's so many different things there, and a lot of things are actually sold out on there because
It
the
was
the
y'all
things-
live. Everything that I looked at first. That's why I said the body butter wasn't sold out. I said sold out. I said, damn, I'm late.
yeah, there's we because again, that's me, that site, the Davy Tribe, because I actually have two sites. So Davy Tribe Wellness, the site that you're referring to, this that are the products. We're actually revamping some lines, some of the lines there, and creating more products and adding, because the thing is, I actually hand make all of those products. So it's
Oh,
not like I'm having those manufactured. Those are specialty
special
handmade products that I make in my own
limited editions.
yes, with my own hands. So
Oh,
they are always limited because it's just that special touch and love and care that goes into handcrafting something. So all of those things, everything on there is handcrafted, and
yeah.
everything on there I have touched. So I have hand blended, I have infused, I have macerated, I have done all the things. So
Okay.
I don't sell a lot of men's products, but I do have a brain tonic on there, and I also have a product called the Resurrection, which is actually like a male Viagra, herbal natural male tonic. That's like a
That's something for y'all. Y'all might need that. We talked about
We
that
were
yesterday.
just talking about that yesterday. So that's so funny that you brought that up. Oh my gosh.
yeah, but
Y'all
it's
need some hands.
herbal. It's a natural herbal product, so it's actually it's a male tonic that can be taken daily. But if you take it in a triple dose, it gives a stimulant effect like a herbal Viagra. So those
Okay.
instructions are all on there. So there's that, and that's usually always sold out. I actually happen to have some in stock because I just made a fresh batch, but it takes 6 weeks to make. So that's
Uh-huh.
there for women. There's so many there's so many things on there. The Yoni butter is like one of the best sellers we have, and the Yoni butter, that's like a female reproductive health product as well, but the body absorbs the herbs through the oils that's in it, and it's absorbed through the skin, and it's hormone balancing, and um it's one of my favorite products. It's always sold out, but I think it's some in stock right now too. It might be a little bit in stock, but I'm actually working on some new products to include. And then the other site is Goddess Temple of Love. That's where I teach classes. So I teach classes online. I offer women's retreats, workshops, all the things. So Goddess Temple of Love, that's where I'm, people that want to connect like on a level of, personally working with me. Yes, that's the other side. Those are where my online classes, my in-person classes, workshops, retreats. So I take women out the country. We usually do, and it depends. Like I do a pilgrimage to India every year also. So that's coming up. The next one is coming up in next February. But, and then I do a signature retreat called Embodying the Goddess retreat. And that happens usually in Tulum or Costa Rica or Mexico or a number of places. But those pictures you're looking at now are from some of the retreats from previous years. So.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Oh, I know. I mean, a lot of women get a lot from this. So if you guys,
Yeah.
see the website, make sure y'all click it. And if you need to share with somebody who really needs a retreat or, a course, share it.
Yeah.
Share it. Can make somebody day. Nice gift, a nice birthday gift, anniversary gift, or something like that. So
Yes.
support
Yeah.
and share
Beautiful.
that. We'll put that in the chat too. So don't worry.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate that's my baby there. I mean, Davy Tribe Wellness is my baby as well. Davy Tribe Wellness has been open since, over 10 years now. My herbal business has been open, and Goddess Temple of Love is like it's been open as an actual temple space for the last 5 years, but I've been doing that work since I left the industry. I started out working with little girls and having programs at my home when I lived in Maryland, where girls would come and I would have classes at my house, and now that transitioned into work with women. So
And that, with the conversation we had yesterday, it's a lot of underage girls being prostituted in Figueroa in Los Angeles, and it was a big crackdown on that corridor on Figueroa, and some of the girls are from group homes and things like that. So they need to see other women like this, because the music and the culture have taken everybody to some kind of level where they can't return some kind of way, unless they're returned in, the most heinous ways, like jail, or they die or something like that. And then people start paying attention. But I don't like waiting until everybody sees something go bad. So I'm really happy that you came on, because it's like, okay, I can give y'all a way. You can get a chance to see this interview and be inspired, or you can go to the sites or listening to some of the new music, which is very spiritual and positive, but you still spitting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think that'll ever change. You've been doing this since childhood. I don't care what you talk about, Soleil. Just tell us, we gonna get the music. That's all we want to know. But I do want to play something that that is inspiring, uplifting girls, young to old, because like you said, the grannies is the young girls now. They didn't get to live a certain way, so they they doing all of the young girl stuff, which is wild to me.
Well, I think it's just because this overculture doesn't revere elders and wisdom. I mean, we see that with how the culture just discards elders, and we don't live intergenerationally as we did, and as our ancestors would have lived more intergenerationally, whereas now it's like the nuclear family, the old people is put away, and there is really a lack of reverence for elders and wisdom. And so when you have a generation of people that don't know who they are, and then are afraid to get older because they know they will be discarded, then they hold on to this idea of perpetual youth. And then when you live in a society that is overly hyper fixed on physicality and external appearances, then that adds that other layer on top of it. Now I got to stay looking like I'm 20 something, and now I got to act like it. I got to, because if not, I don't have any value. And this is really what, and especially with women, that's heavily put on. And so now you get an overabundance of just fixation on the physical body, which is transient, which is going to decay, which is going to be laid down at some point, which is temporal. And then you're not tending to that thing that's going to carry on with you when you do lay this body down. And so, I mean, it's very obvious why it's happening, but we do need to, that needs to shift. And we have to shift that. And it does start with countering some of these messages that are very intentionally being forced upon our youth, and whose brains ain't even developed yet. You got your brain ain't even fully developed till you about 26 years old. So
Period.
you like, oh, I'm grown, and they think they grown, and at 18 you think your brain ain't even developed yet, and then you're being programmed specifically to destroy yourself. And Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said that. She said, we the only people that sing and praise our own demeanment. We literally call ourselves bitches and hoes and all the things. And then, she said they'll even program you to kill yourself, and you won't even know what happened. And that's what we're seeing, because it is literal programming. So we have to be the ones those of us who are aware, those of us who do know, have to be the ones to step in and say, I'm going to be an example of something else. I'm going to be one who models an example of wisdom and maturity and eldership and adulthood that doesn't look like a childish, immature. My husband calls them olders. He's like, yeah, it ain't a whole lot of elders. It's just a whole bunch of olders. Now, you're not older, but your mindset is still that of a child. Your mindset is still that of someone who hasn't even fully developed.
Yeah, because how can somebody who haven't been here long enough be your biggest admirer? Like, how can they influence you to do something when you've been here knowing what right and wrong is? And all of us now, popularity or numbers and views makes you decide that you want to make bad decisions because of views and likes and stuff like that. No, we still live in a world where God is still in charge. And when y'all sit by yourself, y'all are still afraid.
Right.
You are still afraid, but get in front of everybody else and you act like you are invincible. And that's crazy work right there. Even in God's eyes, he's looking at you like, you don't act like that when you on your knees praying to me to change something, you know? But when you out in front of the public, they still my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can't change nothing if we don't change ourselves. So I tell you that all the time, self-reflection, looking at mirror, start there. It's always a chance to change. Like I said, we don't live there anymore in the past, but we have these accolades and we're proud of them and we're happy to share with you guys. But today, if you growing old, you blessed.
That's right. That's right. I mean, we have to get back to that reverence for wisdom and not, but I mean, and also then on the same side, these are the times we live in. Like all of the wisdom traditions speak of these times that we're in. So we're on par for the course. Like, but we still have a responsibility, because the thing is, just because we're in these times, there's karmas attached to everything that is being done, everything and especially when you talk about through a medium as powerful as music, because that music is going to do exactly what it's written to do. How you put lyrics to music and what music you choose to listen to, that's going to affect every aspect of your life. Now, some people it's going to more and in different ways, and others is not, but it's being targeted towards those whose brains ain't fully developed yet. And so as the brains are developing, they are being programmed. And so as musicians, as artists, we are carriers of influence, whether we want to be or not, whether we like it or not, whether we intend to be or not. And we don't get to bypass the karma that comes from what we put out. It just is what it is, So the sound and the messages that we release and put out through our art form directly impacts the listener in powerful ways. And then when you touch it millions and millions of people, what kind of karmic imprints you think you're making right now? So it may look like it's it's all good, but there's things hidden behind the scenes that we don't understand. And then those who are funding it, those that are behind the scenes heavily funding that which is destructive, I mean, theirs is even heavier than those that's doing it and just ignorant, because they know exactly what they're doing.
They got
laundering. There's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes. And music is a form of worship, whether people understand it's literally a worshiping entity.
From day one.
Absolutely. I mean, it literally alters your cells. Sound alters cellular memory. Sound can alter DNA. I mean, we're looking at it. Sound shapes and informs the culture. Sound shapes and informs how people move. Go back and look throughout history and look at the soundtracks for each time and what was happening. It absolutely informs, and vice versa. What's happening informs music. What's in music is informing the people as well. But when you have debased, destructive messaging that is being greatly rewarded, and heavily pushed and promoted on those whose brains aren't even fully developed yet, then you know what that is. You know, that's very clear that that's an agenda. You know, so we are responsible as artists for, and that doesn't mean that every single thing we put out has to, you know, it's not saying that it has to be quote unquote spiritual, but really everything is spiritual. His whole life is spiritual. It's just are you aware of it or not? But
Yeah.
the intent with which you are approaching music and a song, you can talk about what's happening in real life without promoting something that is harmful and destructive. You know, what is the intent behind what you are putting out? You know, you can write a song about love. You can write a song about sex that is beautiful. I mean, you can write a song that's about sensuality. That is very much a beautiful part of life, without writing it in a debased way that comes from a place of usury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something a relationship that is not mutually beneficial, but that is harmful. So it doesn't mean that now you got to be, I got to be this prude and I can't write and talk about anything. But what is the intent behind what you are writing? What is the message that is behind? What is driving that? You know, and how is that going to influence those that are going to be listening to that?
Yeah,
And that's
I
a great
wrote a
point.
song. I was gonna say I wrote a song called "Learn to Love Myself." It's basically everything you just said. It's talking about, you know, how we go through phases in life where, you know, we fall in love with someone who we thought was going to be our best friend, our best love in life, and how we get let down, and we have to get to that space where we learn to love ourselves, because we can't love anybody else if we don't love ourselves. And it's basically a whole story about that, you know, how to look within and look at yourself to see, what was I allowing? What was I, you know, where was I the perpetrator, meaning a perpetrator to my own self? You know, what did I let happen that brought me to this place where, you know, I didn't see myself for who I really was, and for the love that I really deserve. So I can totally, you know, agree with you there. You can write songs like that. And even though, you know, to what is going on in the industry, it's not like, you know, the thing or whatever. When people hear that song, and I had a whole campaign where people were talking about moments where their lives, they have an epiphany where this is where they learn to love themselves. Maybe something happened to them where they realize, you know what, I'm going down the wrong path. I need to learn to love myself. This is what happened that made me see, you know, I need to embrace my own self before I'm looking to embrace another human being.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Take
Because if you don't, there's not going to be a mutually beneficial relationship if you don't already love and love yourself, because you're going to constantly be seeking from that person something that they're not even there to provide.
Right.
Attention right there anyway. So yeah,
I gotta say this because relationships turn bad and some do great with you know, co-parenting. And I just want to say, you know, I saw Genuine say he fumbled the ball and he respects your relationship, right? And I said, you know, sometimes people need to say some of those things out loud. Men don't think that they able to say that they were wrong in messing up a situation or a relationship. How do you feel about that? Because I thought that was respectable, you know, at least for him to say it out loud. I know it's probably a whole mess, but
it is, you know.
I caught that too, by the way. I saw that.
Yeah, you know, I saw it because somebody sent it to me, but and I think he did that like a couple years ago. I think it was honestly, I think that was a couple years ago on Drink Champs or something. Which you know, I'm really not plugged into any of that stuff because I'm so far removed from industry and popular culture. But so it's beautiful when someone can publicly admit their you know, their mistakes, their shortcomings, and acknowledge that. And then, you know, a part of me, because I'm actually extremely private, like I've never spoken about, I don't speak about his and our relationship, the divorce, or, you know, what was done. And I never will, just because, you know, people, when we did get divorced, people were calling and what happened, and everybody trying to get an interview and everybody wanted to talk. And I was like, I didn't invite y'all to the wedding. I'm definitely not inviting you to the divorce. Like, people overshare too much. You know, people overshare just entirely too much. And, you know, I've just always been, I mean, maybe that's the Cancerian in me, but I've always just been very private, very home oriented, very family oriented. And, you know, I don't see any reason or benefit to go out and really discuss any. So honestly, even though it was very, you know, noble thing of him to do, part of me cringed like, oh, I don't want people coming asking me nothing. And then now it comes up again, because for me, it's, you know, I'm just very private. So, but I think beautiful.
What's crazy is, Soleil, that because you tagged me, that's my first time seeing it. I don't even know why that came down the timeline, because I don't even see it. You understand? I didn't even see him on there. So that was like this week. And I'm like, how? And I'm like, but I would see something. At least it wasn't like a negative post. It was just really quick. You know what I'm saying? It was just really quick.
Yeah, people, you know, people find stuff and then they share it, and then it's from years ago. And people find stuff and they like to find anything that they think might get some clicks and views and likes. That's worthy type of way. I really, honestly, I really don't pay attention. I didn't even watch the whole thing. People sent a clip, and I saw the clip because somebody sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." And
in the part she was mentioned, you know what I mean? I just saw you like the part I was. Well, yeah, I respect that. I respect that. You know, period. Because sometimes people see somebody taking accountability. You might not even care that they doing that, which is this situation. Yeah. And all I care about right now is that, you know, we play something before you leave. You know what I'm saying? Positive and something that, you know, leaves everybody with a good spirit. Can you still tell them where to find you, your Instagram, your website?
Absolutely. So my Instagram is Mrs. Soleil, MRSSOLE, Mrs. Soleil on Instagram. And then my websites are iamsoleil.com and goddesstempleoflove.com and babytribewellness.com. If you go to Goddess Temple of Love, though, you can get to Davy Tribe Wellness. So you don't have to figure out, like, how do I spell that? Goddess Temple of Love will take you also to the Herbal Wellness site. There's boutique, and you can click on that and go there. But iamsoleil.com just has a little bit about, is a little artist one page that just has my bio and any upcoming shows and things like that happen that we share there. But, you know, I do more work outside of music than I do in music, even though music is trying to pull me back in over there. But
I just want to play some. Thanks, Jill, for showing up with us. Let me see what this is, Goon, so we can go ahead and play.
What you playing?
Can we play Daughter of the Earth?
Yeah, Daughter of the Earth or Highs, Mids, Lows. Either of those is good.
Okay, you know, we was right on the right vein right here. Let's see what else. Which one?
Either one of those is those are my two favorite ones on the project.
Okay. Well, we gonna. I gotta play some music with you guys. Make sure y'all like the show and vibe with the ladies tonight of hip hop. Let's go. Daughter
of the earth, holy by design. Nature and love is my religion, so I stay inclined to walk in darkness, bearing gifts for those who stay behind. Holding the lamp along the path for those who need a guide. Story of woman, it's time that it was redefined. Oracular interpretations as the paradigm. Priestess sing for every being so sublime. My garments hymn with sacred spells that's only to the line. If you hate, then I offer that you malaligned. Of the craft, so in love, enemies we bind. So we can be about the business that we've been assigned. Healing waters, reclamation of the feminine. Lest you forget, then I come remind. Black salt, dried herbs, and some knotted twine. Lest you forget, then I come remind. Bearing waters of the truth that we are intertwined. Back on my game, back on my grind. Venerated souls, elevated minds. Light a candle for the ones that's out the realm of time. Making offering for advancement of the humankind. Back on my game, back on my grind. Venerated souls, elevated minds. Light a candle for the ones that's out the realm of time. Making offering for advancement of the humankind.
Before her stood thousands of beautiful women. Who are you beautiful women?
Wild but holy, walk up on me slowly. with reverence like you come to ceremony. My cauldron burns for the needy and the lonely. A shapeshifter for the ones that think they know me. Waterbender, dazzle all in splendor. Ecstatic union for the ones in deep surrender. The alchemy of ecstasy if you remember. When in alignment then you know there's no contender. Womb oracle, lake of liquid bounty. Whisperings of enchantment so astounding. Songs and fables of the ancients so resounding. I bow in reverence by the calm that you found me. Lest you forget, then I come remind. Black salt, dried herbs and some knotted twine. Lest you forget, then I come remind. Barren waters of the truth that we are intertwined. Back on my game, back on my grind. Venerated souls, elevated minds. Light a candle for the ones that's out the realm of time. Making offering for advancement of the humankind. Back on my game, back on my grind. Venerated souls, elevated minds. Light a candle for the ones that's out the realm of time. Making offering for advancement of the humankind. My game, back on my grind. Venerated souls, elevated minds. Light a candle for the ones that's out the realm of time. Making offering for advancement of the humankind. Back on my game, back on my grind. Venerated souls, elevated minds. Light a candle for the ones that's out the realm of time. Making offering for advancement of the humankind.
That's that West Coast track. That's why you wanted to play that one.
Hey, it sounds so fly. I was like, you got to tell me about this one because you already know. I'm like, you're spitting, I don't care what.
Yeah, that was fire.
That Combu too. You gonna send me back to Combu school? I'm gonna go back now.
Yeah, that was fire.
Girl, yes.
So fly too. It
I
really,
appreciate it. You know, West Coast Tone produced that track. So he's yeah, and I was finishing up the project, that Encoded project that I put out in 2019, and that was the last song that I did for it. And I write real slow, but I record fast. Like, so I write because I take my time with what I'm saying. I'm very intentional about what I'm writing, and so I write slow, but by the time I finish, I usually do in one take. Like, I might do 2 takes and then, you know, some ad libs and stuff, but I'm real fast in the studio. So I was like, dang, this track is so dope. Like, that's the last song I was finishing for the project. And I wrote it like, I mean, I'll spend days sometimes on songs. And that one, I just wrote it in one night. I wrote it the night before we recorded it. It was the last song. And I literally was like, I always be like, no, my ancestors helped write that one. Cause I was sitting there and I was like, and it just started flowing. It just started flowing. Actually, the hook was I first started writing that for the verse. I was like, back on my game, back on my grind, venerate. So then I was like, no, that's a hook. That's a hook. So I made that the hook, and then I went back and wrote the verses, but it just flowed, and the track was dope. So
yeah, West Coast Tone is on a new track with me and Big to the Boys. So, you know, the West Coast, I definitely hear the feel of the West Coast on that one.
Sounds good on your voice. I love your voice. Like when you're rapping, I just love your rap voice.
The sound of the South is in there too.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So Chill from Maverick Global Distribution, how are you tonight? You see, we have a lovely legend in the building, you know?
Yeah, you know, you guys make me feel, you know, I'm a Midwestern, so I'm over here feeling foreign, but
I'm from the West. What you mean foreign? I'm from the
Midwest. Hey, you Midwestern.
Where are you from?
I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking, but you know, it ain't nothing but love. I like that record. That's a great record. You know, you letting them know you back for real. You know? Now, I just recommend one thing. You put that over to Maverick Global Distribution.
Talk your smack then, Chill. Talk your smack.
I am looking to build a team, so let's definitely talk. I'm serious, like I'm for real. I'm definitely looking to build a team. So this project came out in 2019, and we had like hundreds of thousands of views on the videos, but people were just organically finding it over the years. We didn't promote it. I didn't promote any of that. It's just people, or because COVID happened, and then I was going to just leave it as is, but people started finding it again, and I was like, okay, we need to breathe new life into this, because every time people find it, they're like, oh my God, where has this been? This is so dope. I want to hear that. This is what we need. And I'm like, okay, wow. So we breathing new life into that while working on, new music as well. So,
well, I got some bad news and I got some good news. Bad news is that we're not a team. The good news is that we're a machine.
I know that's right.
That just so happened to be a team. You feel me? But we're a machine.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that though. That was hot.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I know y'all haven't been on it yet, but she's been posting some of the stuff, and you know how we don't really see, a bunch of legends rapping their verses and stuff. Like, she back, like, to me, because she present with her music and letting y'all know, look, this is a positive journey, and if y'all with me, y'all with me. I'm with her. Now, if y'all don't want to come, I understand. I really understand. But if you want something positive in your life, just tag along a little bit. Take notes right now. That's a good thing. Just take some notes. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking a lot. I just want y'all to see a little bit of hard work paying off, and really actually the good work. You ready? Let's do this. So like, what's she doing now?
I'm like, what's she doing?
The answers in the calm and the quiet. Yeah, they making noise, but they're causing a riot. Peace to the hood, there's a call for the silence. Meditate, raise, cheat, all in the silence. Marching for the art, never quarrel or violence. Love is the force, give war to the tyrants. Love and divorce, discourse and the fighting. Yahweh the source, my core is a titan. Yeah, I'm the source being poured on this writing. Whenever this sauce being poured, they'll be biting. Hostile take over, it's an intrusion. This is a sticker, hand through the roof, and spirit and flesh, it ain't duality. I'm supernatural, high alchemy. We don't do factual, truth is the key. Blade of blood sucker like Hannibal King. Yeah, give me 12 inches of vinyl, 12 chromatic tones up in your spinal. Highest vibrations come from the most title. Connect to the vine like the 12 disciples. True to 12 power, 12 months every year. Double 12 hours a day, man, I'm fierce. Music get in you, birth like holy virgin. Lucifer abilities, the holy virgin, no critique. Highs, mids, lows, equalize. With the master, I am walking to my feet.
Oh, you pull That's why it's lows. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I got her on that one. I heard you say that one. I was like, it ain't no video for that one yet. It ain't no video for that one yet.
No, that was the last one we were going to do a video for the project, and then I was back and forth with, literally, I was like, you know what? I need to focus on my other businesses because I didn't have a team. So I was like, I don't want to keep spending money putting out, videos and whatever, if people aren't going to see it, because I didn't have a team. So I got so many ideas. So now that's definitely one of my favorites on the album. And so I've had like a treatment idea for it. So I think we're going to go back and actually shoot a video.
But it's all new. It's all new over here.
It's all new. It's all new.
And I mean, teamwork make the dream work. What I told you, we'll talk behind the scene. We'll set up a meeting. Just set up. And really, it's about us expanding our businesses. Yeah. It's and having people do some of the work with us instead of us doing all of the work. You know what I mean?
Right.
I really love and respect having a team. Chill. I don't bug you enough. You said.
No, it's cool though. I can appreciate that.
I got a lot of this stuff. I'll be like, chill now. When I start bugging you now, it's gonna be so funny involved.
She's one of the few that don't bug me like that, because I be busy, but I try to always make time, for the artists, because I'm real big on that. You can never get so big where you can't teach or you can't help, or because this universe, that's just how it's built. Frequency. So the frequency that I put out is what's going to come back.
Right. Absolutely.
So I just try to give it like how I want it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? No diddy.
And she asked you where you was from. You got to tell her where you're from, man.
Yeah, man. I'm from Chicago, Wild Hunnets.
So, yes, I'm from Kansas City. We neighbors.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you better tell her where you from. We from the same place. I'm playing with her.
You did. You know, I'll just I stay in Wisconsin right now, so I'm back and forth. And you know, I used to stay in California, so I know a little bit about the culture, you know, of Cali. So when I come down, I'm strapped and ready, you know.
Oh my goodness. Mentally.
Now.
I got spray paint clothing. You know, I can just spray paint clothes. You know, I'll be like, "What's that address?" Then I Google it. Okay, I don't want to wear blue over here. I don't want to wear red over here. Let me spray it down real quick. You know, and I'll be
green, red, yellow.
And that's the culture for you, because people come to California all the time and still don't know what colors to wear. You know what I'm saying? And like, what is wrong? Y'all ain't seen no movies and nothing. Y'all ain't seen colors. Y'all ain't seen nothing.
I wouldn't buy blue or red for a while. I was like, I ain't buying either one. Forget it.
Right. You know, it's like, really, dude. I just was down the street, a block, and they told me not to wear red, so I changed it to blue in that car over there. Then I come up this block, and now I can't wear blue.
They dictate too much of what's going on in our lives these days. Now we got to take control of your life right now, and like the show, because I got Hip Hop Royalty up here, I got Chill from Maverick Global Distribution up here, and I got my co-host and security. So you know we thick up in here, you know. And I love the energy from tonight. You know what I mean? If you guys, you know, start following now. Start following back. Start, you know, liking some stuff. And she also collaborated with me on one of our posts on my page. So if you see that one and you see the other one, just like, comment, do all of that stuff and share.
Yeah, I found you on Instagram. I'm following you.
How do you feel, Soleil, about, you know, tonight? I'm glad that I was able to do an hour earlier. I don't want to keep you up too late.
Me too, child, because it's past my bedtime. I'm like, I'll be up early in the morning, but I'll be in the bed early. I was like, when she with Toy, when you called, I was like, oh, what time is it on the West Coast?
Right.
Yeah, I'll be asleep, but I'm gonna stay up for you.
I love you. But yeah, tell everybody once again you got going on, and then we're gonna let you get some rest. We just gonna brag about you when you leave and everything.
Yes.
You know, it's really good having you here. You know, we're gonna keep our connection going from here.
Absolutely. Nothing is by chance. It's always divinely aligned. So I'm so grateful to reconnect with you, and I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing. I didn't even know all that you were doing because I've been, you know, so disconnected from everything that's going on. I've been in my own little spiritual world and bubble. So slowly coming back into music and seeing what other people are doing. I'm so proud of you and so grateful for you for inviting me and for the beautiful work that you are doing around bringing other artists on and uplifting other people and guiding other people. And it's beautiful. So I'm grateful. And I'm looking forward to continued connection and relationship and seeing what we can give birth to through this reconnection.
Please do what you do, because there's an audience that will always appreciate you. You got your original fans, and then you have the people that are going to discover you. So I know the industry is all, saturated with this and that and the other, but you will be appreciated and celebrated regardless. So do what you do and do it the way you know how to do it. And I'm
watching them celebrate you on 4, 5, 6, and I'm watching people say, I was 10 years old when that song came out.
Yeah. No business listening to that. And I'll be like, you
I'm so excited. I'm like,
the way they love it on her new image and everything now is amazing. So I just want you guys to share some of the journeys that women go through our eyes. Just this time. I know y'all don't do it all the time and y'all probably don't really care, but these are the times where y'all get to see the real women continue to shine on, even though they degrade women, they put women up that don't wear nothing half the time, and they basically are telling your kids to do what they're doing, right? So then you have other women that they look at as, well, why didn't you do this? Because the universe and my ancestors told me not to. So I still need to go to part. I still need your support, like y'all do to other people. So that's
Yeah.
this is that journey. This is that journey. So thank you for uplifting us. Thank you for still being beautiful as you are, and we continue to support you. Guess what? We ain't went nowhere. We was waiting on you.
I gotta get that record though on my conference call.
Okay.
So I like that video. So Miss Toy, we can get that arranged. That would be nice.
Okay, I'll see what her schedule is so we can pull up on you guys and definitely play that because that's where the DJs are, Soleil. So I'm definitely gonna set that. I'll set it up with you when you have time, and that call is a little bit earlier. It's
okay, good. Because you can go to bed on time. Like I'm a wellness practitioner. I'm like, look, it's certain processes that only happen in your body and your liver at specific times of the night. And if you ain't sleeping, you miss it. You done just missed it. So I be getting my sleep. I don't be playing.
Yeah, you do. We can tell you've been getting your sleep. I mean, some people don't even look the same from back in the day. You getting your rest, and we the same age, and I'm thankful that I got friends that look beautiful to this day.
Toy, no, I'll be asleep. Every time I tell her, I'm like, Toy, if you don't hear from me, I'm asleep.
No, like you literally.
My day starts at 5 o'clock, so I'm like, I'm out.
The same age as hip hop, so hip hop ain't aging.
That's right. We the same. We're in the same year as hip hop.
Yes. So I don't know what it is. Support the legends, the real.
Yes.
We don't get older. We don't get older. We just get better.
Yes.
That's a fact.
God's grace. That's God's
That's a
grace right
fact.
there. Especially if you're melanated. You definitely have some things that you eat, some fruit you can eat to even reverse some stuff. You can massage the back of your ear and change some of your skin.
Yeah. Quick.
Hitting the mark points now. Yes, hitting the mark points.
We'll have another show so like we can get some. We'll have to give you a chance to bring some of your techniques and skills to a class, and we can do that early. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, but whenever you want to teach over here, right, y'all?
At the lovely university. I know that's right.
Thank you. So I love you, and many more blessings and peace and love to you and your family. And keep holding it down. Keep holding it down for the women. We love you.
Thank you so much. I love you too. I appreciate y'all greatly. Each one of y'all. Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate it.
Yay. Thank you for joining us. We love it.
I didn't even tell them. I didn't tell them you was coming.
No. So when I saw your name, I was like, ooh.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you. So reach out. I love you too. Thank you so much.
I got you.
Okay. Peace.
Bye.
Oh, they just yelled that out. I just yelled that. Yes. Look, world star. Yes, warriors. We had a hip hop legend, someone that I was so proud to have worked with doing her first album. 1999 was a great year, y'all. You understand what I'm telling you? She did Who Dat, Skin Deep. I was called to do I recorded You Can Do It. Who has a year like that? 99, baby.
Year.
On the grind, baby, right?
Yeah,
and
hell
so
of a year,
I didn't
for sure.
say nothing when I did You Can Do It, because You Can Do It, the video was shot and then they wanted to redo another video to kind of the quality. Lil X was the video director at first, and then Steve Carr, or one of those cars that was a director back then, did it when they got the movie, right? So then now it was like a movie quality. So I was even happier because I'm like, they can see me in HD, baby. I don't know the other video. I was on the stage somewhere. I look like one of the dancers. You know what I'm saying? But on this one, I had my own little shots and the club close and all of the good stuff. So when you're a female in this business, you hope to be treated with respect, that you are seen in this business, and you're not put in the background. So I'm thankful to have worked with women that were not put in the background. We actually stepped out in the bushes like Homer and said, bye, y'all. I ain't doing it like this. We ain't doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? Universal told my manager at the time, Chill, that I need to remove a rib like Janet. Is this company like that? Because I ain't removing no fucking ribs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They got mad at me for not taking off my little, they wanted me to take something off in my video with Cam that Quick produced. They're like, take this thing off. I was like, no, And this was on the set of the video. I had my little moment. I was like, I ain't taking off yet, So,
Right.
yeah, it's just one of those things.
We just want your left long. That's all.
Yeah, I want to be loved long. You know what I'm saying? They want to see everything. They like one shot, everything. Like no.
If you just give us your left toe, big toe, I think we can do it.
Lord, big toe.
You can do it. Put your back into it.
Put your toe into it.
Put your toe in it.
Oh my goodness! One rib. Lord have mercy. I didn't even know that story, Toy.
So tell me what you guys thought about my sister Soleil coming through tonight.
You are really good at keeping surprises. You're very, very good at it. If I ever could expect anything from you, it's gonna be a surprise, delight. So that was great. I really enjoyed that thoroughly because she is one of those influential artists. That's the original Pocahontas, I think, for all of us, before any other artist. So that was really a blast. I really enjoyed every moment of that. And I was literally surprised when I saw her name. I was like, oh, it was like, wow.
At the end, y'all gonna know eventually, but pull up on time. I guess I gotta tell y'all I got a surprise every Thursday and Wednesday. Michael Jackson came back to life. Nigga came to class early, chill. The niggas was here at 6:00. That's the wrong time. The right time, wrong time.
Oh my goodness.
Niggas did that, I really
we was I'm always on time, Toy. So
I barely made it, but I made it.
Yeah. You did, K-Wise. You made it. Yeah.
Don't let the guests pull up before you. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Right.
I got alarm set, so that's why I'm always on time. I'm like this in the office too. They always be like, "Man, you got like perfect, time." I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those people. I'll be clocking it.
Guys, they like great interview with Soleil, great guest, and I just feel like when she reached out and collaborated with me on me being on the stage with her on the BET, show. And this is a part of the history that we have as women. And to share that stage and her still feeling like, man, I had to bring y'all here and it's no drama, I'm proud to share that more with you guys because I'm like, yeah, y'all need to see, what I've been up to and also what she been up to, right?
Right.
That's a blessing to be able to have
is.
And the history, because I hadn't seen the footage that she had. I'm like, oh, look at this,
That was magnifique.
Man, putting it in that black leather suit. That's why I was like, man, I was there to support, and they know who I was anyway. They're like, that's Miss Toy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to be with great other artists. You know what I'm saying? And I team up with a lot of greats, right? But they still know the work that we put in individually, and I think that that's more important than people saying who brought who, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
absolutely. I never forget that time.
The dope part about it, you always can connect with somebody from the internet too.
Yeah.
Like, we lose phone numbers. Nobody don't have a house phone no more, and
right.
No dial up.
Right.
Yeah. I never forget that time when we was all together though, Toy. I don't know if it was on the set of that one video that she was doing. I'm trying to remember what we were doing, but I just know we had a good time. We laughed a lot, but I think it was on that set of the video when she's in the bathtub, if I'm not mistaken.
It was another show that I did with her, and then I had on like a literal cowboy hat. It had like
that was
that show in your Mustang. You took me.
I did. Oh my God, the green Mustang with the Bose. I was the first one with a Bose system that I've ever did.
Bose system. Dang it.
This is the 90s, I had I had leather interior, and my Mustang convertible. Oh my gosh, that thing got memories.
So Chill, I also want to update from you because it is a lot going on. Y'all got a book that's circulating. Y'all got dates that's popping off. Can you please share what's going on over there? Come Clean and Maverick and all of this good stuff. Turn your mic back on.
Okay, so a book we just released. It's on Amazon. Make sure everyone goes and checks it out. It's called The Power of 33.
Okay.
It's got some pretty all heavy hitters and our lives and what we've been through, how we made it to where we're at.
Right.
And from Dr. Richie was Insatiable, to myself, Queen Shantae Lene. I'm the only one on there, though, that's talking about music and the journey and restructuring and building a new foundation as we are doing. Maverick, we are doing some restructuring in the back office to make things more efficient and more better for the independent artists when we're going through these rollouts. I'll be relaunching Come Clean TV and Come Clean Takeover Radio. Come Clean Takeover Radio will be a media-based show. Okay, so to artists out there listening, you need to get with us because if you know anything about radio, you want to get with shows and stations that are media based. So it's different with us though, because we're not FM, we're internet based. There's only 4 internet based radio stations that are media based right now. And it's like that for a reason. Terrestrial radio has always had its edge because of the media base, even when the internet radio came out, because the artist gets paid more with media base, so it's always been that little thing. But now, for instance, now with us, and nothing against terrestrial radio, but there's no radio station out here that can compare to us as an internet station with a media-based foundation. You see, because terrestrial is cut up into regions.
Yeah.
We're worldwide.
Everywhere.
Literally, and we market and promote worldwide. So, and then on top of that, we already have a machine in place, a touring machine, as well as, publications, distribution, all of these other things, just like the powers that be have. So, my partners are more worried about my safety than our success, And like I tell them, I survived 21 years in the Marines and 16 years as a sniper scout. So I think I can be all right with these people, and they try to do what they do. And if they do try to discredit me, you've first heard it here. I'm gonna get their ass.
The Marines don't play around. You're the sniper. My brother's a master sergeant, so I know what you're talking about. And his wife is a National Guard, so
Chill,
I know exactly what you mean.
I got my cousin that's a sharpshooter now, and I got you. Now I'm just saying they like.
They better leave you alone.
What's going on? We outside, Mikey. What's going on? Everything all good. And I appreciate you too, Empire Hood, for being here to be able to, watch us do something great, like having different artists on here. I like bringing the women on here. It changes the game. We're all elevating and evolving, and we want to see other artists around us do the same. You can't stay in the same spot every year. You know what I mean? Even when you come in as an artist, you have to start thinking about, damn, I'm sharing money with people. Do I need to start producing myself, or do I need to hire me do I need to start a production company and have my own producer? Like, you need to start figuring out how you're gonna make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every way that you start is not how you're gonna finish. You don't know if you're gonna be the president of a company like Maverick and have a couple of partners. You don't never know.
True.
And something that's needed in our industry so bad, right? Something that we all can say, okay, it's Black owned, we have some connections to the people. If we know we don't know something, we got somewhere to go to find out, right, Chill? I mean,
That's right. That's right. If we don't know, trust me, the people that invented what you're looking for, we have access to.
Exactly.
So that's how serious and how deep our connection to this thing goes. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
So where can we find that book?
So you can find the book, The Power of 33, where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. And you can find it on Amazon and all that good stuff. Just throw it in there, put your order in. And your boy is right there on the cover. There's 33 of us on the cover.
Nice.
But you can go to my chapter, which is page 133.
133?
Oh boy.
133. Chill. Let me give you one of my lines. I say 133 and the third can't even fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? One of my songs. Hey.
You're big.
And that's how it goes.
Yeah, man. So we there's a lot of other things that we got coming though. I gotta hold some of it back for disclosure reasons, but I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all gonna really, really enjoy this ride because it's about to be a ride.
All right.
It's about to be a ride.
Send me that link so I can have Goons put it in the chat for the book if you got the link anywhere close
For the
by.
book, okay, I'll send you the link.
Send me the link real quick and then.
That's my book. Got me excited, Shoot.
Yeah. It's a real good book. Like it's been put together very, very well.
Yeah.
Actually, while you're here, can you tell us a little bit about Broad Jam, if you can?
Okay, yeah, most definitely. So Broad Jam, they are our partners at Maverick, and the owner of Broad Jam is actually a good business partner and friend of mine. Broad Jam is the biggest music licensing organization in the country. They've been around for years. And the owner, Roy, he actually invented like a lot of the different things that we take advantage of every day. Couple of beat machines. He's invented, like the man is crazy with it. So Broad Jam, you can go on there once you're come on the Maverick, okay? And we have a link where you can go and you can get the premier level, right? Every Tuesday we sit down with music supervisors in Hollywood and we go over different records. And when it's Maverick gets the first pick of the litter, they come to us first and so well, what you guys got now? And they look over everything, and if they find something that they like, they let the artists know, and they let us know, and then we just go from there. And there's been a few artists that have
on there. Y'all stop playing with me. I mean, while he talking, y'all see me right here. I'm first.
You didn't even know you was on there, did you?
I'm just seeing it for the first time, but I see I'm at the top. I like it.
But see, that's what I'm saying, Miss Toy. You didn't even know because I didn't tell you. Because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Well, Goons just brought it up in my face, and now I'm surprised. I surprised them. Hey.
See how she be surprising y'all, I be surprising her.
Yeah.
But you know, millions and millions of people go on this site like every month. You know, and they're always looking for the new, you know, always. So that's one of the many advantages of becoming a maverick.
Yeah,
is
you
that
have to become a maverick first, though.
yeah, you got to become a maverick first, and then we put you in play. You know, now, of course, you can go and still sign up, but it won't be under a maverick account. Therefore, you know, you're going to have to pay to get that level of what you're looking for, or to be compared to what we had. So, you know, I had called Roy personally and told Roy about Miss Toy and put Miss Toy on the phone with him, you know, and here we are, what, a month or two later, and you sitting here on the front page.
Man, front page, man. That's amazing, and thank you, because all of the hard work you do, all the things you do, you still line things up accordingly. So I respect your grind, your hustle, and everything that you about, and then bringing a warrior on to your busy roster. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
I appreciate you and what you doing, because, you know, we need more sisters out here that are really about the business and not just opening up their legs to get ahead.
That's
Right
right.
on.
You know,
That's
making this industry respect their minds,
Yes.
Yeah.
respect their
Thank you.
grind.
The
You
grind.
know,
Yes. Let me finish my album. That made me excited.
She got the link already. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to set people up for greatness.
Oh
Jay
yeah,
Penn's
yeah.
already on there too.
Yep,
Go
I'm I'm on Maverick. I've been distributing with Maverick since this year, and I'm excited to see all the opportunities. And I signed up the other day, got my Broad Jam account, and hey, let's do it.
yeah, and make sure that you submit to all of the opportunities. There's opportunities every week, new opportunities.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, they just don't. It's another revenue stream.
Right.
It's a real revenue stream.
It's a real revenue. I was saying.
It's different. You know, it's different. You know, so you know, along with all of the other things that, you know, we're bringing to the forefront, that is one. But when I start this radio show, you know, it's gonna be a problem. Because hey, my artists, of course, they're gonna get put in rotation.
Yeah.
You dig? I mean, I'm not even gonna sit up there in front. Yep, we show up. Put in rotation. But that's just what it is. That's how that goes.
Nice.
They gonna be straight. They gonna eat. I'm gonna make sure they eat.
And we appreciate that, because it's not too many people out here actually directing traffic on how to make money in this business. They just want one person to have all the money and say, well, that person is the billionaire. Well, do you got all the money, sir? Because we need our money too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't celebrate one person having all the money in the world. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, who does that?
They always say, you know, you have 10 people with the same buying power. That's way more powerful than just one.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what we are. And we're not just about music. We try to go into everything, you know, everything, even outside of the entertainment. You know, I just launched an investment company, you know, where we just bought a building out in Minnesota and looking at a couple of other properties. And, you know, it's just something that needs to be done. You know, you have to have a solid financial foundation if you're going to be in this business.
That's true.
Period. And you got to spend it right. Don't buy these chains and these cars. The rich folk, they don't buy all that shit.
No,
that's why they're rich. They don't even own their cars. They lease them.
They don't keep Gucci and Louis Vuitton in business. They wear bummy stuff from the thrift store.
Oh, bummy. Yeah, they go right. I be seeing them at the Goodwill.
Y'all y'all black ass keeping them in business. That's y'all.
Yep. Yep.
I
And
don't
you
know.
know what? Even Louis Vuitton, they have levels of stuff. So like the stuff with all the monogram, that's the lower end. The higher end is the stuff without the monogram.
The logo, yeah.
Where it's really, really tiny.
Yeah.
We're
That's the
so
more expensive stuff.
we're so busy wanting to be seen with all of this whatever that the real wealth comes in hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
The real
Absolutely.
Acting like
millionaires.
they don't got it. You know? I ain't got
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. You know, the first thing you want to learn is how to hide your assets, not how to show them. You know, my building ain't in my name.
Wu
You
Tang,
know,
yo, y'all know what's up.
you feel
Yeah.
me? Like, come on, man. You got to work it right now.
Learn how to put stuff in
Right.
the corporation, LLC name. Learn how to do that.
And a trust and things like that. Mhm.
But even when it's like even when you put it in a trust, a lot of people put it in a trust, but they don't put it in the right way.
Right.
The trust is meant to conceal the identity also of
Yes.
the manager, the main person.
There you
So
go.
you use that LLC to conceal that name, you know, and but you don't have to have your name on as a contact or manager for the organization. You know, have your attorney place his name on there during the setup, and then after it's set up and filed and published with the state, then your attorney can turn around and put in his notice to step down, and then you come back. You know, but guess what? They still won't know it's you. They'll just know what they see on paper and on the internet, which is your attorney's name.
Right.
And it's all perfectly legal.
Awesome.
No.
Love the university.
That's dope.
You know, so yeah, man. I'm excited about this journey.
Me too.
I am too. And Dahlia is working on her project. You know, my guys is assisting her, and we're gonna have another little listening. So, you know, when it's time to present her after she released her record, we're gonna do it right, you know?
And my cousin's my attorney. She teaches criminal law at Stanford. So I got one of the best attorneys in the world, you know. So she's right. We're super tight. So yeah, this album's been quite the journey. You guys have given me so much inspiration just coming here every week. You know, I've had so many different things to go back and add to my songs, you know, both funny, both inspiring, relationship stuff. So I'm excited about this record. This is one of the best creative spaces I've been in since, you know, the Kells days. So
we need R&B back. They took down R. Kelly. So you come from them a little bit. We want some of that writing, and we want some of that R&B. We want some of that R&B. If y'all want R&B back, you know what I'm saying? Put that in the chat. Put some fire in the chat for the R&B. You know what I mean? We love R&B around here. You know, all these rapping. Everybody rap. Everybody rappity rap. You know. So they looked at me on one of my posts on Reed's story and said another female rapper, and Reed said, "No, that's a legend, man. Don't do that." And they said, "Well, I thought she was just another female rapper." And I said, "You know what, girl, I ain't even mad at you. I can't even be mad at you. Melanin just make people think you're younger than you are. You understand? But I am 50 motherfucking too, and I ain't mad about it. And I'll rap circle around you niggas if I want to. If I want to."
Hey,
people from our era tend to do that.
Disclaimer, Miss Toy. You'll be getting something in your email from G-Time, and I'm going to remember what you just said out your mouth. Wrap circles around us, because what you got coming,
I heard about it.
You gonna call me and you gonna be like, y'all ain't shit.
Feels good.
Y'all,
Tell me a little bit.
My goodness.
Act like I don't know nothing about it.
You got another surprise on the way. I like this vibe.
I'm telling you.
Y'all ready? Because no, for real. You know, and G-Ty did hit me and he told me that he missed you guys. and he'll be back. He's been taking care of personal issues and things like that, and family matters. So y'all send prayers and blessings, and he'll be back. Like he said, G-Ty about to send me something to the email very soon, and Chill is a part of it. So y'all wait on it.
Yay!
Yeah.
And
See,
thank you.
what y'all don't know is that I got bars. And
Hey.
I'm shutting any and everything down moving. You hear me?
I love
You hear
it.
me? I'm one of them. I'm one of them MCs that this right now. This is my Clark Kent. You know.
Oh,
Me too. I got one too, Jill.
But when I take off the glass,
Yes,
and I put
yes.
the hat to the back in the studio,
not to the
Mhm.
and I do the little 1979
yeah.
about to go down.
Uh-huh.
They call
Yeah.
me One Take Willie.
One take, Willie. I love it.
One take,
You
Willie.
ain't wasting no time.
I love it. I can relate. I'm like that from 5 to 2.
I love that. That's why it's pushing y'all, is that it don't matter, what we doing and how long we've been doing it. We still could come back and be great at whatever it was.
Yes.
Whatever it was.
Shout out to Wu-Tang Radio. They in
Yes,
the building. I
Wu-Tang,
just
they in
saw
the
them.
Building tonight.
Appreciate
Just like
it.
all
Yeah.
my warriors, they say they love some R&B. Bring that R&B
Thank
back.
you.
Bring that beat back. Bring that beat
I
back.
promise.
World Star Black say yes. He said get some of them women listening to R&B again. They just want to listen. They just want to play Gunna and that fat depressed dude all day. Who? Rod Wave?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay. I promise you guys.
You know what they're talking about. You know what they're
Hey.
talking about.
If
You know,
y'all
that was
that's okay.
systematically done.
Right.
Of course.
R&B was taken away like that,
Yeah.
But Maverick is about to change that.
See,
We about to piss the system off.
Good.
that's we part of the ones that keep pissing everybody off anyway. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right. They're like, damn, how they all that age and they still doing this shit?
Right?
Yeah, we in cahoots.
Y'all heard so late. She said, I ain't doing that. You feel me? I ain't even doing it. You know what I'm saying? And got back on the plane. You know what I mean? And I was like, see, I gotta respect it. Y'all gonna have to understand when you got something special, you gotta be with the right people to even enjoy what you have. You can't bring it out with everybody. You just can't.
Facts. Facts.
Some people see your toys and be like, oh, I can't wait to take that from that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
can't people stuff. Because you might mess it up. The universe be like, I didn't tell you to tell nobody. I didn't tell you to show nobody.
Right.
Do nothing. I just
Some
told you
things
to hold on.
yeah. Yes, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more.
World Star. He said, stop messing with them hood boogers, World Star, because
Get out and get the hood boogers out the way.
no, they need love too. They need the music from over there, but we got a whole different squad that need this music over here. So if you haven't yet, make sure y'all hit the link, my Maverick Global Distribution link. Make sure y'all sign up. If you're ready to put out music, you know what I'm saying? That's when you can pay for your distribution and everything else. But just sign up right now so you'll know what's going on ahead of time before you even drop music, right?
And it's only $30 for the whole year.
Come on now.
Come on, man. Unlimited uploads.
Yeah,
and we give you a 90-10 split.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Now what you talking about?
Now what they talking about? Now what they want to say.
That's better than what they do on Shark Tank. What you talking about now? Watch out.
We are the sharks.
You certainly are. You certainly are.
Straight up.
The right one.
Straight up.
Get Maverick and get left.
Yeah.
Maverick and get left.
So you can have access to some of these links. If you're not signed up, I can't share none of these other links to get you paid. You know what I mean? And that's the Broad Jam and all of that, right? Broad Jam is a link to it. You got to be putting out music. Now, if
the
I
Maverick artists roll out. We roll you
Yeah.
out to all of the different, platforms, and now, I got to shout out my partners at HHQ TV and Media. I'm the CAO over there, the Chief Advising Officer, and we pretty much have everything, like between Maverick and HHQ and the Hype. That's everything. And it's everything on a very big scale, or very, very big scale. We have several platinum producers in our camp at HHQ. We actually also distribute movies. We can put you on Tubi, on the Netflix, on Amazon Prime, and we have some of our own platforms that we can also put you on as well. Streaming platforms for your movies.
Yeah, that's what I got a call the other day, and I was basically like, "Did you sign up yet? Because I'm giving you a lot of game right now." And you could just be like, "Oh, I ain't doing that. I'm doing somebody else." But no, they was asking about when they put out a movie or whatever, can they go through Maverick, and how does that work? So if you can explain how, if they're not an artist and they want to put out a movie, how they can set that up.
Now it will be going through HHQ. Okay. I am, like I said, the CAO of HHQ. So I use my network as the owner of Maverick to leverage all of my connections and to help the independent artists. So keep in mind, it's just not Maverick. We are a collection of powerhouses that have come together. And, Maverick is just one of them. But, Maverick is different, though, because we run it like a label, not like a distribution company. I don't know of any distributor that gives you rollouts, or of any distributor that does a seminar, a touring seminar. Mind you, it was off of what one of the owners, myself, do, but it's still a part of Maverick. Why? Because we're the owners.
Yeah.
So, we got Hype Magazine, we got Wu-Tang, radio. We got a lot of stuff over here, man.
We got a lot of stuff. That lovely radio show,
The lovely radio show. You feel that's the West Coast right there. Then we got the East Coast with Wu-Tang. Then we got down south with Hype. And we got the Midwest with Man. Come on, man.
Oh, man. Throw it up then.
Cool. Ain't nobody doing it like we doing it, but we doing it. But the way that we're doing it is what's pissing people off, because we're not out here trying to be seen. We're just out here doing the work. Just do the work. Let the work be seen.
Yeah.
Right.
Let the work be seen.
Just do the work.
Shamika in the building. HHQ in the building. Lovely
That's
radio
right.
show. Speak on it, man. You just spoke on
I love it.
it. And we pop up. We pop up.
Yeah, man. We're
So,
family. Family.
The family. And y'all know what to do. Every time y'all come through Wednesday and Thursday, like the show. It's always something going on. Maverick Mondays back, right?
Maverick Music Mondays. Every Monday we highlight our artists from Maverick.
Yeah. And then Wednesday, what do you have going on?
Come Clean Industry Conference Call, where artists from all over come on the call, and I have everybody from radio program directors to platinum producers to engineers to other legendary artists to, if you're somebody in the industry, you done came through my platform. So, and we're just getting bigger and bigger. Like this last month has probably been the biggest attendance that we, on a consistent basis, have. We haven't had no less than 30, 40 people in the building every week. So, and for conference calls, that's big to be consistent like that. Because word has gotten out. There's a new sheriff in town. And
man, come on.
The name is Maverick and Come Clean, straight up. That's what it is, man. We out here. Lovely radio show. We out here. Wu-Tang, we out here. We
Callie Hayes and that All Night Long is on them charts, man. Man.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
And I gotta tell y'all, Callie Hayes is doing excellent right now. Like last time I checked in the DJ pools, and I'm gonna share this knowledge. I don't supposed to be saying nothing, but it had over like 6,800 downloads in the DJ pool, which means that over 6,800 DJs downloaded the record.
Damn.
Nice.
Love it.
You know,
That's
so
excellent.
yeah, and that's now, mind you, that's in between 3 different pools, but that's still a lot of damn DJs.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's a
so
lot.
yeah, man, yeah,
Shout out to Sway Boogie.
That's righteous.
He's doing
That's
great.
right.
We appreciate
Global.
it. Yep. Global. Right?
Yes.
So we know we keeping you up late after your bedtime too. So don't be up here trying to act like you can hang with us all night. And because you're a rapper now. Again, I mean, shoot. I can't wait to hear that damn. I'm about to go crazy just hearing some new energy from, especially from you. He said, "That's what's up. Congrats. Thank you, Empire Hood. It's a lot of great things going on. And if you guys are artists or producer and would like to get your music heard, in order for you to even be a part of some of these calls, in order for you to get the link to sign up for Maverick, you got to like the show over here on Lovely Radio Show and get into the Lovely University vibe so you can learn a few things. So when it's time for you to take care of your business, you can run into the right people, say the right shit, and do the right business. Okay? For real. Our guests are so amazing.
And I will be coming up there to California in LA. We're looking at the October-ish time frame, towards the end of October. I'm letting y'all know now.
Never let you know that.
We're looking at doing the grassroots up there. So it was supposed to be September, but we had to rearrange some things. So I said, no, we're going to push it back another month. So I'll be letting Miss Toy know, and I would love for you all to tell your people, and you know, we're trying to get as many industry folks in the building, you know, because it's a school. The grassroots seminar is a school. We take them to school. You can never be too old to learn.
That's right.
You know,
Never.
yeah, man.
You're
Yeah,
learning something new every single minute, every single day.
that's right.
Hey, what did you learn from the Warriors so far, Chill? You know what I'm saying? Especially me. What have you learned?
You know, one of the main things that I feel that I've learned throughout working with the Warriors and just in general the West Coast vibe is that it's a different type of dedication. One. Two, the frequency's different. See, what people don't understand, the secret to success is your frequency. If your frequency is off, your success will be off. Sometimes we don't even mean to do it, but we do it, you know? And I think one of the main reasons why the West Coast right now is winning in my eyes is because the frequency is starting to be more united because of the older generation, the younger generation. I from what I see on the West Coast is listening to the older generation. Well, at least they're trying or starting to, which they're taking the wisdom, and they're using that wisdom to help them beat the system of today.
Yeah.
Because the system's different, but the game is still the same.
It is. It is.
You know, but so as long as you learn the system, because they changed it back in when they passed the Music Modernization Act of 2018, everything was changed. Because then you had the MLC come out, and you had all these other organizations come out, and they regulated streaming and did this and that and that and this. And now people don't know, but music actually is regulated. It's a part of legislation. Congress, the Senate, there's issues that are on the table right now involving music. where laws are being passed.
Mhm.
So when people come to you and they say, well, that music is a waste of time, or well, if it's such a waste of time, why is it that your own government has taken an interest to it to be a part of it?
Right.
Mhm.
Because they understand that this music that people saying is a waste of time is actually what's controlling your culture,
Yeah, and the people.
Mm.
which controls your survival.
Mhm.
You feel me?
It's that
So
integral. It's that
yeah,
integral.
yeah. So it's deeper than what people think. My thing is, well, you know what my vision is to get the artists in one frequency where it's all about uplifting the culture.
Mhm.
Then we can work on each other.
Right.
Yeah,
But focus on uplifting the culture first.
because if you care about the culture, you will do the things in alignment with what protects it.
Exactly.
Always
Yeah.
stop outsourcing it to people who you think, oh, they did a great job acting black or doing hip hop. No, we need to protect it. Some things
Yeah.
need to be kept behind the gate.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know how many wars have been stopped due to people believing in the culture?
Mhm.
I mean, we're talking about people being their friends or relatives being killed,
Mm,
you know? But
mhm,
because of the culture,
right.
things were patched up,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know? So imagine if we could just bring that back the way it was,
Mhm.
Yeah.
with the same resilience and perseverance that this new generation has.
Yeah.
Right.
We'd be
That I don't give a
unstoppable.
fuck attitude with that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We know y'all crazy. We need that attitude crazy to protect hip hop. How about that? Y'all crazy
Mhm.
gonna be useful.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
right.
take a couple of notes. That's all we asking. You can do it your way when we get there.
If you
Right?
want to get technical, Jesus was crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was. If you watch
I
the
mean,
children, you could
for
tell he
real.
was on
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
For real. Who you know
Yeah.
that's gonna jump on a cross and die for a bunch of strangers?
Right.
Mhm.
Who you know that's gonna snap on a whole religious synagogue and overturn the table
The
with all the
table, turn
money on
over the table. That's right. Or
Listen,
turn
it?
the
Come
water
on,
into
man.
wine.
right? He needed some
You
wine.
know,
He needed some
the wine was better, so that wedding could be fun.
Regardless of who you believe in or what you believe, even the prophet Muhammad and other prophets, they were revolutionary.
Yeah.
They didn't play. And our God don't play. You see what's happening today?
Oh
Our
yeah.
God don't play.
about us.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna get deep with it. Check this out, and I'm gonna shut up. Look, what just happened in California? They had that fire that everybody came together, right? And it brought everybody together to come and bring the community together and right and do all that, right? But what people are not looking at is where did the fire hit?
Mm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who got hit?
Mm.
It wasn't the po folk.
Mm.
It was targeted from the heavens.
Mm.
Think about it.
Yeah, to
Just
burn down
like
the
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all
I
Nah.
don't.
hear you. I hear
Nah.
you.
Nah.
It definitely is for real.
No.
It
No. No.
definitely is
No.
for
No.
It's
real.
I
right
hear.
on point.
No, we hear you.
Right on point because during that time, of course, Diddy and on trial and they trying to cover up evidence and all because they didn't want everybody to go down too, but they also had to burn Cali down in on their rich side because it distracts people from what they're really doing. Those people
Oh,
probably
yeah.
all good right now because they got checked, they got support, whatever. They were supposed to have gone through that. But y'all see how much black people go through, and then we still don't break. We still don't crack.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are the original kings and queens.
Yep.
That's
very
right.
true.
You
Resilience.
know, real talk.
Yeah, powerful. That was deep though because when Cali was burning down, even Payback right now to this day is putting together a song for the fire victims to submit. So I just did
And
4 bars for
I
that.
think
So
what
shout out to Payback.
Salute to that.
Shout out to Payback. I think that what people don't understand is even if somebody set that fire, right? It's still, in life and how God works, he'll allow an enemy to do something that is to bring forth his will. It's just like how the Romans were towards Jesus. All of that was ordained.
You know what's crazy is that they said that the fire came naturally.
Mm-hmm.
They admitted that the fire. Now, some people say that fire was set.
Mm-hmm.
But when personally I look at it, and then I look at how it was targeted,
Mm-hmm.
that was a targeted attack.
Because
I know
they didn't even have any water over there.
Right.
Purposely, they didn't have any water.
Right.
The fire
One thing I learned in the Marines is targeting, how to recognize a targeted attack.
Right.
That was a targeted attack. The situation, the whole circumstance, everything, the environment.
Yeah, the randomness of it.
It was too perfect.
It was.
It was too perfect. The perfect
And
thing.
it moved fast. It happened so fast.
And then they was really like, man, it's a whole ocean right there, and they gonna tell us they out of water on somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, that's the part I was tripping off of. I mean, why they didn't just stick those in the water,
what's going on? Why y'all don't want to
Don't
pump the crowd? So that's that's
Soleil was saying it earlier about karma.
That's because it was targeted by the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a learning ground.
You ain't gonna stop the universe when it get to going.
at all.
And that's
It's
that's
just
how
not
you get
gonna
paid.
happen.
So if you a victim of circumstance, you should be calling the people you need to call because you wasn't supposed to be in there. You get paid for certain stuff like that.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know how the ball turns, they got paid. The people that lost their homes, they getting paid.
I think that the spirit, the universe allowed that to happen to give the powers that be a taste of what it's like, because out in California ain't no reason why there should be any homelessness.
No,
There's just no reason.
I agree.
So think about it. All that homelessness there, it's one, if not the highest, one of the highest percentage
is
of
the highest.
homelessness in America.
It is.
But yet the richest,
Right.
where they do that at?
Because they expect everybody in low income to have the same fucking rent as the rich people. Who the fuck does that? Let them tens and thousands of dollars and let people pay the amount that they can afford, or y'all are doing this on purpose so everybody can meet each other in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all systematically set up because you go
Absolutely.
south, it gets cheaper. And that's because they want to push you south because they understand that when these hurricanes and all these natural disasters that are coming and continuously getting stronger every year, the first place is going to destroy is the South. Because by the time it gets to us in the Midwest, it didn't calm down.
Yeah.
America has the most natural disasters in the world.
Man, look, hello. You know, we up here with all these crazy white folk in the Midwest. That's because these northern people, it's a different type of time up here. That's why when Trump was getting elected, the deciding state was Wisconsin.
Man.
Come on, man. Don't get me started. And who run Wisconsin? I'm not gonna say her name because I ain't about to go that deep and get my ass. But she's a billionaire. She's the richest, one of the richest women in the US, and she stays in Wisconsin.
Wow.
People don't know that. She gave $1 million to Trump.
Sheesh.
And I met the woman a few times.
Sheesh.
You know. So you know, I mean, man, this ain't no joke, man. This whole thing is a huge. That's why I do what I do, and I'm kind of wild myself, but that's because I'm wild in a sense of like God as his prophets was wild. I feel I'm one of God's prophets, and when I died and he talked to me, And he told me what I was supposed to do in this business of music. And I had a complete understanding of what I was to do. That's why I'm the way I am, because I understand that ain't no fear. You can't kill me. I've already been killed.
Right. Right.
You know, you can't scare me because I've seen the demons.
Right.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, what else can you do to me?
Yeah, fear is only of the unknown.
Exactly. Exactly.
The
Man, you
area
hit it
you
right on the head.
created. Mhm.
Man, you hit it right on the head. Fear is from of the unknown.
Yeah.
It's something that you're imagining that happened that never happened.
Everything on this earth is an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's not an illusion is your frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You control time. That's gonna go over some people's heads.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Y'all want to.
But you control time. How is that? When you want something, you claim it, you believe it, you put it out there, and frequency interacts with the universe. And the universe, you see, we pray wrong. We pray wrong. We ask God. God don't want you to ask him. He wants you to tell him what you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And command it as a king or a queen. You're not being disrespectful. You're being what he created you to be.
Mm-hmm.
A king or a queen. 2 years ago, we created Maverick. I was laughed at. We were laughed at. In 2 years now we a problem in 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, we got over 340 something A&R talent scouts spread out around the country screaming Maverick.
Man, that's dope.
You know, and we have all access to some of everything, anything you need. You know, but it wasn't, we had to go out and believe in it. When I set out to do it, and the other owners, they said, well, Chill, you're going to be the face. I said, okay, I'll be the face, because when I speak, I'm speaking with conviction. I'm not about to speak on nothing I don't believe in.
Right.
You know, when I walked in and I pitched Miss Toy, when I pitched her to Roy, I believed in Miss Toy. Right. So what did that do? That made him believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See?
You know?
Yeah. And see, when I bring any of you motherfuckers to Chill, I got to believe in your ass to even bring your ass to the meeting. So you better believe that I can make some things happen, or I don't believe you. That's just how they go. I gotta believe in you, just like I'm being believed in and pushed to another level. I want to see you guys do great. So that's why I continue to introduce you guys to great people and great minds. Great minds that take you places. The people are
belief is gonna make you put the work in.
Man, come on. Yeah. So
I was told like at the beginning of this year, they tried to put me on dialysis. Right. Because of my kidney disease. I got stage 4 currently. Right. And I say currently because in March and April, I was at a 12.9 with my A1C. About a week ago, you know, they do it every 3 months where they check your A1C. And about a week ago, I was put at a 7.6. But last night, I talked to my nurse. She told me I was below a 6. Nice. So I went from being told, for one, you can't reverse kidney disease. That's what they want you to believe. And they tell you that.
No, you can't.
They want you to believe that, though, because that's part of their money. You know, the whole thing. That's what they train to tell you. They said all that to me, and it was going through one end out the other. And I got doing what I had to do. You have to prepare your body, put it in that environment to heal itself. But it has to be in the environment.
Absolutely.
Can I share something with you, Chill? Because my boyfriend had kidney disease. I'm gonna show you something that I want you to get because I made him get on this and he no longer has it. So bear with me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you exactly. And I've talked to the team about this superfood before. So if I've talked about it before, you guys know I've mentioned it and showed it to you. So I do want to show it to you because he had it his whole life. And then when I came into his life, I told him to, get on it and start taking it, and he no longer has it. So I'll be right back.
Nice.
Is there herbal renaissance?
No, but I'm gonna show you. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So thank you for sharing that with us, Shield, because our health is our wealth.
Yes,
So
it is.
talking about it.
Absolutely.
And getting on our cleanse and detox and things like that. Start over so your body can heal because every fruit has a healing property.
Yeah, moringa powder. It sure is.
Moringa.
I know
it right
about
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Just knocked it out. He has not had it ever since. And when I tell you he was in the hospital all the time with all kind of pain and stuff going on, and I stayed on his case. We were doing music at the time, and we were recording a song, and he just kept getting sick. And I was like, you know what? I really need you to get this in your system. And we were just friends at the time, but I said, I really need you to get this in your system so that way you won't feel this way. And he finally just did it. And he came back to me and said, I don't even have it anymore. I haven't been to the hospital. I don't have it anymore. And that was the only thing that he took.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I fast. I only eat between 12 and 6. I kind of cheated tonight though. I was eating some chips, but because your body, when it's fasting, it's eating away the dead, the bad
cells. Yes.
The bad cells, and it's all about cell rejuvenation. Creating that environment in your body. So I drink a tea called Iron Hammer. And it's made of all herbs, natural herbs, dandelion root, all of the things that really help to work in the lymphatic system and help with the kidneys, and ever since I started drinking that and taking these special gummies I have, it's been, my kidney disease is reversed, went back the other way. But it's funny because I'm sitting there in front of my doctor, and my doctor telling me on one hand, "Oh, you can't reverse it," but on the other hand, you giving me numbers like my creatine from a 5 point something to now at a 3.6. It seems like it's reversing to me.
Seems like that's working.
Psychological. They want to tell you to work.
Yeah, that's working.
Yeah, because they know if they get you psychologically and they get you believing that it can't happen, the universe don't care about your feelings.
No,
it don't care about none of that. It don't care about how you may think something is. It don't care about none. It cares about that frequency that you're putting out there. So even if you don't mean to put it out there, you put it out there.
Put it out there.
Right. That's right.
Even the people that do bad.
That's so true. The National Institute of Health has done multiple studies on moringa. They put 5 foreign doctors on it. They determined it kills all forms of cancer. Vanguard determined it cures 300 diseases. They keep it under wraps because, as a technician, I would get scientists on the line where I'm like removing viruses or whatever. They would tell me whenever they would co-sign moringa or tell people to take it, that they would get letters from the state commissioner threatening to take their licenses because we live on a monetary medical system. But whenever I've dealt with foreign doctors, they swear by it because literally the 300 diseases include all kinds of autoimmune, including lupus, HIV. The list just goes on and on and on, including every single type of cancer, every single type of disease that's uncurable is on that list. So they determined that. Right. So that our country says is uncurable, but then when you talk to doctors from other countries, they're like, no, it actually cures. We use it for as a medicine, even though they eat it as a lettuce, like in the Caribbean and stuff like that. So I have my niece Crystal. I made sure she got some seeds. She has a tree now, and it's probably one of the few trees in our country because we won't grow it here. It grows wild in India. It grows wild in the Caribbean, but we won't grow it here as on the farms because they want to keep our medical system monetary. And so anytime anyone has had cancer, anytime anybody I know has any kind of disease like that, I tell them, you know what, get you some moringa and just watch what it does. I recommend like taking like 2 tablespoons and some honey and just making a paste, because when they go together, it just runs through your body and just starts kicking ass. Like it really just goes through and starts getting what is getting you, basically starts fighting what's fighting your body and brings you back to that alkaline level where you feel like your normal self. You just go back to,
that was key.
no matter
Just
what's going on.
there. That was key.
Yeah, so I have so much of it in my house.
Alkaline,
So I have
an alkaline system.
Yeah.
That's something that I've learned in my journey. You know what I'm saying? Just making my body more alkaline as I go along. Now every morning I take a combination of,
because we live in a country where they don't care about health care. That's why we have to pay for it. In other countries, it's free because they want the people to live long enough to take it.
Yeah, Big Pharma ain't nothing but a Band-Aid.
So
I mean, when you have a stone that is set, by the way, it's in Georgia, and it says on the stone right there that to keep the population under 500,000. There's over 6 billion people on this earth. That's why they're putting it in the food. That's why they're putting it in the toothpaste, the clothes,
the water,
all of these different things. Like it's bad when it's on the clothes.
It's on the clothes.
On the food. But yeah, we the greatest country in the world, huh?
Right. It's hard to get cotton sheets anymore. You go, you see all this polyester sheets, you got to go to a special place to get cotton sheets. It's like, wow, we're not even supposed to be wearing polyester, let alone sleeping on it. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Goes to show you.
Y'all remember that commercial, Milk Does a Body Good, pass it on? And that was out for so long. Then they encouraged everybody to get it. But then all of a sudden, here come Dr. Sebi. Hey, don't drink that.
Nope. Anything that forms mucus, you got to get rid of it.
Exactly. But now they talking different. Now they want to, maybe, no, ain't no maybe to it. You knew this from the beginning.
You knew it.
You knew it from the beginning, but everybody
wasn't cows. You knew we wasn't cows.
Right.
I always say it all the time. The greatest trick that they ever played on us was putting stuff in a store, calling it a grocery store, and making us think that everything that they're putting in there is nutritionally valuable to us. And we find out down the road in hindsight, well, it's good that you come to the light at some point because we all have to. But once you come to the light and you realize that that's one of the main places where the downfall begins, you know what I'm saying? Then you learn how to be more responsible about it, and like the theme has been tonight. Self-preservation is key.
Yeah. How we gonna be so ignorant to say don't eat pork but drink its piss?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, for real, think about that.
Yep.
Like for real.
Where's the pork pea? Where's pork pea here? Tell me. Let me know. So
milk. Milk is pork.
Milk.
Yeah. It's.
Whatever the hell, it's going like this. So something's going on.
Yeah.
The udders.
Right.
Yeah, the udders.
Yeah.
Straight up. I call it.
Will kill anybody. Especially nowadays, if you haven't drank it in so long, it could probably kill somebody right now if you haven't drank it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely will.
Which I haven't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm lactose intolerant.
I know.
Ever since I got rid of dairy out of my diet, I haven't blown my nose not once.
See?
For real.
They gave us all that chocolate milk growing up. Ooh, they had it right there on the lunch thing, on the lunch tray.
Man, making sure we got it.
Milk.
Especially in Chicago. Look, I remember that.
That's
Cheese
all
pizza,
right.
cheese, chocolate milk. Nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we love
Cheese and chocolate milk. Yep.
you being so like special to us, like especially on our end, because sometimes we deal with people that don't know the business. So it's enlightening and it feels good to be able to have a conversation about our careers in real time instead of talking about the past. A lot of people don't understand what I mean by that, because now you can see that you can make some bread in this business, but you choose not to because y'all want to make it all in one day.
That's the problem.
Man, look, say that again. Because these artists, the first thing they want to say is, man, this business is, ain't no money in it. Ain't no money in it. No, it's just that your pride is too big where you can't say, I don't know.
And I need help.
And teach me.
Yep.
There's over 18 different ways for an artist to get paid. But you're complaining about one DSP out of hundreds.
Man.
You mean to tell me that you're gonna quit music because of one platform?
Yep.
Dang.
Think about it. Clip. I don't get paid, man. I'm only making point. Okay, well, all that you talking, how much? Why are you not talking about your YouTube? Ain't you making more off of that? Well, why don't you switch it up to your Apple? Ain't you making more off of that? Matter of fact, how about you try to license your music and then turn around and get it placed?
Hello, dang.
Making money off of that.
That's some money.
Why are we the only genre that don't understand, or we're the only genre that complains about how much we getting paid?
I think it's habit. Habits are practiced.
You look. Last time I checked, Taylor Swift ain't complaining to nobody.
Nobody.
Let's play a little clip of this.
Can I get you guys' reaction on this?
Million streams is $4,000. What? Yeah. 1 million streams is $4,000.
Wow.
So should rappers take their music off stream to get it back to where people got to pay real money to get it?
Yep, I would. It costed us so much money to make those albums. Mm-hmm. It cost so much to pay a producer. But now, you know what? I think producers may make a beat for $200 now. I'm not lying.
Now,
but I know back in the gap, you know, a Dr. Dre beat was $250,000. You know, Timberland beat was $200,000.
Wow.
As the Neptunes and all of them, that shit was high.
Yeah.
So it would be shameful to get a beat from these top-notch producers and then have to put your shit on a stream and wait for it to stream.
Wow.
Now,
so you got to in order to get some.
Now watch this. You notice he used the analogy from Spotify.
Right.
One stream, $4,000. Okay. One stream. Okay. You just said you're not releasing music anymore off of what one DSP pays you. You didn't mention the fact that you get a check every time you walk in the building to perform, besides the check that the promoter pays you.
And your merch.
You didn't mention the fact that your music can be placed on all these other different platforms, movies and TV shows and all these other things, right?
Yeah.
Because of the technology of today.
Yeah.
See, what they did was they blinded us. It was a two-part thing. They helped us, but they blinded us. They helped us to, in the sense of in real time, they increased our ways of making money. But what they did was they pushed the idea of the streaming on one particular DSP that has the highest marketing budget. So everybody relates to that DSP, which is Spotify, which just so happens to be the lowest paying DSP. So now that brings a general consumption that, hey, this is how music is now.
Mm-hmm.
And but no disrespect to the old heads and my brother Face and anybody else, but he wouldn't be saying that if someone taught him all of the other ways of making money. I guarantee you, because I deal with these legends out here, and I haven't met hardly, I don't know that many legends that know all of the ways to get paid, let alone how to collect your money that you get besides the money that you get when you go to a venue that's registered under ASCAP
or BMI or something like that.
Or BMI. You know, there you get a second check.
Yeah.
For being in that building and performing, because you're performing a public work. You know, don't get me started now. But these are the things, though. These are the things, though, that if we knew, we would not be worried, because we would be so focused on, okay, it's about adapting and overcoming. In order to adapt and overcome, you have to learn the game over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And some artists just don't want to do that.
Nope.
They didn't want to learn it really in the first place. That's why they wanted the labels. That's why they signed those bad deals.
Yeah.
Because they didn't read nothing.
Right.
That's so true.
It also, I believe, has to do with fear of the unknown. Because,
Exactly.
Because the only reason why these people don't know it is because they fear it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but see, that's crazy, because they fear what they don't know, but they don't get it. They're also fearing trying to get to know.
Yes.
That's facts.
Most importantly,
they'd rather allow the enemy to sign them and still make a bad decision instead of taking that fear and making it into something you conquer, right? Because being in this business as a Black woman, it's a fear that I had to conquer, because this is a male-dominant business. And in order to do business in this business and be known and heard, you have to know some business.
You gotta know some business.
You have to continue to learn through those great minds I was telling you about. Because when you have certain people that's planted already in your life and you're not utilizing them, they start looking at you like, damn, you got all this fucking talent and you ain't listening. Damn, don't call me no more.
That's real.
That part.
That's real.
So KY said Napster pays more all of these streaming sites than all of these streaming sites. And Bandcamp pays more than all those bitches because you set your own price. Exactly. See, when you
that part.
See, Scarface shouldn't be telling nobody about dropping no music because of how long he has, hasn't dropped music, right? But you can tell them, but see, with them old songs, I can go still get booked. See, when y'all leaving shit out, y'all leaving stuff out. Because see, if you get songs that's out, you still can get booked to make some more money. And then as you get greater and the song is out long enough, then you get to raise your prices.
Man, two things. People re-releasing music right now. Do or Die just re-released a song that they made 20 years ago.
The first video that ever been made, right?
And it's gone platinum already.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Crazy.
Damn near.
Yeah.
They doing that with music and movies. Like War of the Roses just came back.
Yeah.
I've seen Juvenile do it. I've seen a couple people do it. They bringing old records back and making them relevant again.
But see, the thing about what people don't understand is that, and I tell my artists this all the time, just because that's old to you, that don't mean it's old to them.
To everybody, right?
Because everybody ain't hear this record. Did your record go diamond? Well, then everybody ain't hear it. There's still some more people that ain't heard it.
Exactly.
You should keep performing that record for as long as your lips should be tired of singing that song.
There you go.
Yeah.
Literally. Because this new generation don't know nothing about you.
Yeah, that guy that did the one PSY dude that did Gangnam Style. He did that record over a decade and some change. You know what I'm saying? Like he constantly remade that same record, and that one time that he did the record, it lit all the way up. And that just goes to show you what Chill just said is 110% true.
Yeah.
And you can't tell artists not to put. See, we over here telling artists, okay, you getting a 90-10 split with Maverick. Put your music up, right? It's really that simple. But then here you go, a legend. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes y'all be like, you old heads don't know nothing. But then I'm telling you how to make new money. And then somebody else you love, you know what I'm saying, that you'll go put a bunch of money in their pocket, is telling you how not to make money when your ass want to do music. We don't gatekeep that information over here. That's all I'm telling you. We just don't.
Yeah. That's that record. KY's that record hit, man. It was the biggest. It was the biggest thing, like it out of nowhere. But he had did it. His story is really that he claimed he put it out there. He said, "Hey, look, I did this song for a decade at least until it hit."
Well, we gotta remember, man. Like you put out a record. You really ain't got if you ain't got 6 figures to put behind that record, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Straight up. You cannot sit up here and say, yeah, y'all gotta excuse my language. But
no, you good.
I'm just keeping it a book.
No, you good, man.
Like you know, like if you ain't, because think about it. They put a record, you put a record out 20 years ago. Now, here comes a whole new generation, whole new types of music, whole new genre, and a whole new way of getting your record out.
Yeah, I did say it fucked up. Hey, man, that's the way he sounded. Gangnam Style.
He was playing with stuff. He was just sincerely being himself. You know, that's why I say do what you do, because you never know who's gonna like it. If it's sincere, it's gonna get picked up. You know, it's when people have a gimmick that it kind of changes, you know, the process of things. But when you are authentically doing something, people are gonna grab onto it. They can feel that energy.
Authenticity does not only sell, but it stays around.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
People playing Fight the Power to this day.
Absolutely, they are.
I was just playing the other day. I'm serious.
like certain people playing. You could do it. Put your back into it to this day.
To this day.
All the time. I was telling to every
I
Friday.
think that's played somewhere in the world every second.
Every few seconds, because every Friday I would literally turn on my radio. I'd be like, "Dang, I better call this girl. Let me call her. Let me find her."
Man, look. What's his? You know what had me laughing was that this DJ. We was in a club, and this DJ threw on "Don't Stop." Let me sing. Man,
oh yeah.
I saw 18, 20-year-old. Now we in a 21 and up club.
Going in.
Getting on the dance floor ain't 21. Right. I'm looking at him like, nah, you ain't 21, nigga. Just sit your ass.
They don't even
right.
They knew.
But they're the ones that's all on the dance floor.
They're the ones.
You feel me?
Still none of them.
Wow.
They like that's the turn up spot. You know, that's the turn up song back in the day. We got to go out there.
Yeah.
That's what they was doing in the club that I had Smoke at, because they started going into a mix. And the next thing I know, because the dance floor was packed already, they said, "Hop up on my bed." They was like, "Ah!"
Oh,
The way they was turned up, I got turned up. Like, I don't even know this song. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's the old.
It was crazy. I DJ'd what was that? A senior party about a year ago. And the song they requested the most was "She Got a Donk." And I was like, that's not y'all era, but okay. You know what I'm saying?
Because nothing is that good nowadays, you know?
I was like, whoa.
Really
all right.
I can see them. I can see them elderly ladies going. She got a dog.
Hey yo. It was
like, grandma got
crazy.
Crazy. And you know what? A compliment like that, even from elder women, you know what I'm saying? It make them smile. They like, okay, well, y'all think I'm a little bit cool, huh? Okay, let me try. So of course you can do it. It's still they hit. You know what I'm saying? So they song, they love it because they get to, you know, do their little twerk dance they used to do back in the day. You know what I mean?
Oh man, it's synonymous.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. If y'all haven't
like
liked the show right now, or like the show right now, it's free.
Yeah.
Right? And share the show. Yeah. I got Chill with me tonight, and we got to kick it and chop it up and talk some real spiel right now. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that because that's what this show is for. I need y'all to hear the real from us. I mean, we might cut the shit, shoot the shit, talk out mess, laugh and giggle, but really, it's really about making some great people. You know what I'm saying? Be greater. Great people being greater. Because that's all that's around me. It's people that's bettering themselves every day, taking care of their health, being prosperous, starting businesses, and just going. Right?
Oh,
when
yeah.
they come and be like, Miss Toy, don't stop, get it. I'll be like, see, it's a song out there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, go get it.
Go get it. Oh, just to be clear, when I meant seniors, I meant high school seniors. It wasn't the older folks. It was the young folks that was before that Soldier Boy era. They was the ones saying, "Put on, she got a dog." I was like, "Oh my!" I was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh my God!
What you know about that boy?
Right, that's what you want to ask.
I mean,
it's
like
a
senior prom. It's like a senior prom, and I'm playing "She Got a Dunk" for people that wasn't even probably even.
They weren't even born. They were still in the universe. They were stars.
"She Got a Dunk" was all about. Yeah.
Dunk wasn't even a word.
No, no.
That's something.
Yes.
Yeah, classics never die. Hip Hop Love 99. He said it right there. They never do.
No, classics never ever. So if you know that you in
neither does the truth.
Say it, Chill.
Share some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Say it.
Neither does my little furry friend right there.
Oh, is so nosy. He like, what's going on over here?
Smoke dog.
Does Chill know about his girlfriend? You know he got a girlfriend. She right here asleep.
Oh, that's why he hopped up on to see if his girlfriend was on.
Yeah, he like, he's on here tonight. He like, where Diva at? Oh, now you all acting tired and shit. You know,
she over here to sleep. She ain't snoring today though.
Diva be coming over here to visit him, and she takes all of his toys and he lets her. And then when she leaves, he sits with that toy and just be like, I love the smell of this, you know?
Yep, he does.
I like him to have play dates because, you know, dogs don't need to be around humans all the time. You know what I'm saying? They have to be around their own kind. That's why I created the Warrior Movement, so I can be around my own kind, and y'all are my own kind. If you've been putting out music and you're worried about how to put it out next, holla at us. It's a link in the chat, Maverick Global Distribution. And, you know, get started. Go on there and just read a couple of things and see what's. Don't be afraid.
You might as well come on. You might as well come on over and join the party.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Hey, Smoke said, move over, mama. But I'm just saying, y'all got a chance to talk with people that's involved in certain companies. Y'all don't know everybody. Y'all know the people at Spotify. Y'all know the people at DistroKid. I'm just trying to tell y'all something. Y'all need to know something. Y'all gotta go this person and that, or you gotta wait on the email. And then sometimes you can reach out to some people and they might know because they're doing it right now. So if you don't have the experience, just like our old school people, they don't have the experience. They don't know that all of these services are still here available for us, but it's not the label doing everything now. You feel me? You get to put your own banking information in this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Come on now,
yeah.
Y'all.
And then they need to, but on the other end, they need to study so that they can learn what the labels was doing to make them successful. Yeah. In today's world, they need to learn how it's done today. It ain't done the same.
Nope.
You know, and that's why a lot of us old heads, they getting out the game, or they feel that it's being taken from them, because some people just stuck in their ways and they don't want to admit that.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
You
Game
know,
is evolving without them. They're like, it's just, no.
some of them feel that they created the game, they made the game, and some of them probably did create hip hop or the hip hop move, but it was everything can be reinvented.
Absolutely.
That's right. I love the way you think, Chill. That is so true.
Everything can be.
I have the book of hip hop here. There's only a few left in the world, I guess, and it's very big. It weighs 40 pounds, and it goes back to it's like I think there's one for like $200. There's one for like $500. It goes back to the beginning. It covers all the different cultures that contributed to the culture. You know, with some of the most amazing pictures. It's like this big. It's huge. It's on my coffee table. You know, my coffee ottoman rather. And it's interesting because, like you said, people think they made it, but then when you actually go through this book, you could see literally people contributed to make it what it is, from the beginning to the West Coast. And it's just a beautiful book because it actually is like a timestamp of really what happened and how things came together the way they are now.
And if you really study it, you can see and find out exactly where, why, and how the powers that be stepped in when they saw that this hip hop culture, this thing we call hip hop, was getting bigger than they could control.
Yes, they had no idea. They thought it was going to be a fad.
You see,
the longest lasting music in genre in history. Right now.
Longest lasting.
And what's crazy is
the most impactful.
Even with their control of it today, they still can't control it.
Nope.
People overseas, Chinese, Japanese, Spaniards, everybody, man, they got people rapping in other languages.
Oh, yeah.
They don't point out the fact, though, that it came from the Black culture.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's too, if that ain't something to be proud of, that we created something, that's big. That we created something that stands the test of time the way it did.
Man, the way it is, right?
The way it's doing now.
Oh, man.
You know? Man,
it's a breathing machine of its own.
Yeah.
And never could be stopped. And that was quite evident. And even when I interact with people overseas now, because I've been fortunate enough to expand my network through being in these networks, and other people seeing me overseas and interacting and developing relationships with me, is quite clear that that's exactly what Chill said, and what everybody said on the panel is absolutely 110% correct. Yes, hip hop is worldwide. It is not going anywhere, never will go anywhere, and it's going to just keep evolving.
And even though y'all got Chat GPT, we're the first and only artificial intelligence that's created
absolutely
organically and cannot be duplicated. I don't care how many times y'all tried, though. You feel me? We still can write better.
We come from an era of conviction, and I said this before: conviction has no competition. None.
If you look right here too, it says before the birth of hip hop culture, there was always rap in our communities. That's like the first. That's the intro.
Oh, absolutely.
Where's the link and where can they get the book?
If you Google it, there's like 3 left in the whole world right now where you can get it, and the price ranges between $200 and $500. It's like independent seller, so it might be a used copy. I think I saw one used copy.
What's the name?
It's called the Book of Hip Hop.
Okay, so yeah.
And it'll say a cultural odyssey to make sure it's this big black book.
Okay. Put this up here.
And here's another book.
Good. Can you pull it up? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. No, yeah, we're gonna get your book.
The power
We're gonna get your
of music. And look, let me show you. Let me show you the title of what they put on here for me. right there, it says, let me go the other way and up a little bit. The file restoring foundation in the music industry.
Yes, restoring.
Okay.
That's what my title is concerning. So
I gotta have your books. I'm getting both of them. I want that one and I want the one you just put out too. They even got Nina Simone in here in this book too. They got a nice picture of her.
Send me that.
Send
me that.
That's my book right there. It's called The Intro to the Beat Making. It's called The Art of Beat Making. It's an ebook. You can find it on my website. Y'all check it out.
Okay.
Okay, so tell them where they can find you, Chill, wherever, the back page is that you need them to follow you.
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Come Clean. It's at Mr. Come Clean. You can find out more about the educational side of things at grassrootsmusicseminar.com.
Yes.
grassrootsmusicseminar.com. If you're interested in being a part of the Maverick family, you can go on Miss Toy's link at maverickglobaldistribution.com on her link and click on it, and you will find out some things concerning the company and things of that nature. Or you can follow us also on Instagram at Maverick Global Distro. Maverick Global Distro. You'll see some of the other artists that we're involved with and some of the other things that we do. Just make sure that you stay tuned in and locked in. If you follow me, you'll stay tuned in and locked in because I'm going to keep you in tune with what's happening.
That's right. It's always something going on. And we share it a lot. So y'all make sure y'all following the pages. If you're a music artist or if you know one, it's information that's in there that I'm sure they don't know. That's all I'm saying. It's something in there. They know a lot. Just give them some credit, right? But they don't know everything, just like we don't. But we finding out. All right. So love and Shield. Thank you for all of your knowledge and wisdom and everything. And we'll be talking later on with Soleil.
Thank you for having me.
No, you always.
I'm gonna give y'all a classic R&B album now, so y'all get ready because it's a lot of experience went into this record. And I'm really
I was diagnosed with perfect pitch when I was younger, so
now
I ain't lost it either.
Tell her your background. Tell Chill your background, who you wrote with, because that's where he's from, but he might not know.
Okay, yeah. So I lived on 7340 Michigan Avenue, South Michigan Avenue. So I used to be a ghostwriter with R. Kelly back like 1999 to 2003. So
when he was dealing with Wayne.
Right. So Wayne Williams, a very close friend of mine. So my most influential work with him is the TP2 record. So if you notice, he was a little bit different on that record because we gave him a lot of West Coast sauce, me and my assistant Stephanie at the time. And so a lot of that record, we sat in the booth and wrote word for word with him, gave him the lingo he was using. The image that he had was pretty much from me and Stephanie, making him into that, muscular dude that was kind of like, the R&B thug kind of thing. And then I did 17 songs with him for my own, of my own, and some of them that he borrowed and put on the Chocolate Factory record and other records that came later. I also have a catalog with Keith Andes, who did As Yet. He also vocally produced 6 songs on the Waiting to Exhale album. So he's like my, my R&B muscle that I pretty much grew up with during the time when I was just, getting in the industry. So he was there before the R. Kelly days or whatnot. And in between that, I've written hooks for Tank, done songs with like Deborah Cox and different other R&B artists like that were from like the original R&B days. And so my first record deal was around it was before my R. Kelly days. It was probably around 97. I did and Cam actually brought this back up because somebody put it out on YouTube, but I had did a single. It was unreleased. It was with Cam. DJ Quick produced it. It was called On Your Mind, and we did a video for it. And so one day Cam was like, do you know, he like posted it on his Instagram, and I'm like, I thought it was lost. Like I thought, you know, because my manager at the time had passed away. So he had the only VHS tape of that video. And so when I saw this appear on Cam's like, Instagram, I just freaked out. I was like, what? And so, it just reappeared. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this song was even like somebody saved it. And, you know, other songs that I've done, Jessica Betts, she's married to Niecy Nash. Did records with her when she was signed to RCA. So I have a lot of experience. I was like Soleil, you know, I was disenchanted with how the music industry business worked, especially after my manager passed away, and I come from a legal background. So when things went down with R. Kelly, my uncle is a Supreme Court judge. My mom was teaching law, criminal law, and they were like, you need to come home. So I dropped everything, came back home, and just kind of, you know, fell into a ghostwriting thing more so than ever after, you know, I left Chicago. So when I got back with Toy, you know, she gave me the motivation to be like, you don't need to be in a ghost, you know. And so she made me want to dust off all of my solo records and really, really get this thing going because a lot of people wanted it. I did release a song with Keith Andes. That was the Learn to Love Myself record that I talked about earlier. And You Drive Me Crazy. And still, you know, it's like I wanted it, but at the same time, I was just worried about the music industry not having that protection that I had in the beginning, you know, keeping me out of, you know, the sniper's nest. So, you know, just being with Toy has brought that back where I'm like, okay, I feel like I got a good backing, a good protection system where I don't have to worry or look over my shoulder all the time, you know. So
we'll have a meeting with him. We'll have a meeting.
Yeah. This is a lot to go over
because he'll understand the breakdown, because even once I, you know, got her on That Girl album, I was writing R&B myself, but I had somebody who can do some of the singing, and then those songs ended up being, you know, going further. So working as a team now, I feel like her projects and things that she's going to do is going to be very beneficial to growth. You know, it's growth. That's all, Dahlia. It's all growth, and we got you now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, you ain't got to tell him much. All he had to do is hear a couple of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, Sheila. Thank you.
So you'll be hearing some stuff from me very soon. So I just told Toy it's about that time for another listening session coming up soon. So yay.
Yes. Thank you. Everybody still popping through here. Y'all love us or something. You know what I'm saying? We've been in here 3 hours talking smack. But if you missed it earlier, we had Mrs. Soleil on here.
Yes, we did.
It was so powerful. And then the power kept going. Chill pulled up. My Warriors is here. Everybody's on deck. And we appreciate y'all. Chill, any last words?
Man. To all of the artists out there, don't give up. Don't give up. Matter of fact, you know, when they say budget and all of that, you know, you need a budget because that's what the physical business tells you and dictates for you to need. But remember that the real budget is the power that lies within you. You know, you don't, as long as you know how to execute that power that's within you, the budget will come to you.
True.
So just remember that. I'm a living testimony, you know, that you can do it. Man, look, 5 years ago, if you would have told me that I would have 2 master's degrees, have a book, became a professor, and running an independent distribution company, and managing all these legends and doing this and doing, I would have laughed at you. The first question I would have asked, where the hell I'm gonna get the money to do all that? You know, but
we are the money.
Because I believed in what I'm doing and I did not give up.
Period.
Yes.
I always found a way. I went from being broke to buying buildings with no money.
Thank you,
You
y'all.
can't tell me that God ain't powerful.
You the greatest.
Yes, he is.
You know,
Absolutely.
money is an illusion, just like this world. And when you understand that, when you get that, you know, all these people out here flossing, talking about how rich they are. Well, guess what? That's what the man wants you to do. He wants you to floss that so that he can tear you down once again when he takes it from you.
Yeah.
He won't know who to target if he don't see it or you don't tell it. Why you think he hides his money? So
you can't see envy.
Man.
Somebody was on a motorcycle with the money just leaving just now. You heard them.
I know, right? Exactly. They got a backpack on.
Yeah.
Just see that backpack.
Just start paying attention to what's around you. Pay attention to what the enemy is doing. The same enemy that's telling you, buying Gucci is the shit, or getting this over here is the shit. You gotta have a Benz, or in other words, he's purposely guiding you down the path of living beyond your means because they don't even do that.
They don't.
But they gonna get you to do it so that you can spend all your money on wanting to or pretending to be wealthy while they go and really be wealthy.
That's right.
And look at you, pretend to be wealthy.
Right.
He's
Now
telling the
they
truth.
laughing at you.
They never
Now they
lied.
laughing at you. Why did my mama tell me about life insurance? How important it was. Because she didn't know. Because her mama ain't tell her, and her mama ain't tell her.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why it's up to us as a culture to educate each other. Quit being stingy with each other. You afraid somebody might outshine you? Can nobody never outshine you if you're doing it for the right reason?
That's right. That's right.
So on that note, I'm gonna shut up.
Man, you shutting them down. That's
We
what
love it. I appreciate that. That's real shit. Okay, that's real shit. Absolutely.
It was
And
needed.
to answer.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say to answer World Star Black. It's gonna be both. It will be upbeat and soul because I'm both. Yeah.
All right.
So.
All right, chill. Get some rest. You know, we're gonna try to play us a little bit of music before we get up out of here. And my people that's in the chat, we appreciate y'all for hanging in there tonight. We had a great special guest. We had another special guest, which is Chill, and he's not even a guest anymore. He's a co-host. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
But I appreciate y'all. And y'all more than welcome to come on my call at any time. You know, you're more than welcome. I would love to have y'all on there.
Great. That's great.
Come on, it's
absolutely.
All right, I'll let y'all know when she'll give me the link for y'all to pull up. But it's definitely something that y'all will want to, start doing. Start hearing other people in different regions, different parts of the world in the country supporting the music. So that's what they do over there. That's what we do over here. So we got a lot in common, Chill. We got a lot in common.
Yep.
So Midwest in the building. West up, M down.
It was.
Get some rest. I'll talk to you in the morning.
All right, y'all.
All right. Thanks, Chill, for stopping by. Absolutely. And please come back.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Hey, y'all. That was amazing tonight. You guys came to work on time. You guys did amazing when the guests are here and when the co-hosts pop back up. This most, I see my warriors. Hey Tiffany, how you doing? Pretty Brown Mimi, thank you for staying up later for us.
Yeah, thank you, Tiffany.
We love you.
Yes, thank you.
Ben Frank, thank you as always for coming to support the show. The support is really what matters. And the information is here for those who didn't show up because they can get a playback.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the same as watching a show to me.
It is. It really is.
Thank you, Soleil, for coming. I really appreciated her. That was just such a treat.
That was my surprise.
You definitely know how to do a surprise. So I'm never gonna forget this. I'm like, man, anybody know how to surprise folks? It's her. She let me like, it's a surprise, like a surprise.
And I'm like, I don't do that often, but I feel like
that.
Because women change our mind, and if we don't want to come and do something, we don't have to. So that's why I waited, and I was like, you know what? I know she's gonna come because we spoke all week and everything. But I just like, you guys, this would be a treat for you guys too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we love Soleil. I love Soleil from even back then. Soleil is like, I was like, when I saw her name on there, I was like, oh my God, really? Like, I was like, wow, I would have never, I was sitting there in the shower, like trying to guess, like, I wonder who Toy bringing. It's going to be this person. I thought it was going to be CeeLo. I had so many different people in my mind. I was like, she might be bringing CeeLo on there. Okay, maybe not. Because I was thinking Atlanta, all the different artists that, that we're like connected to. And I was like, I think she going to bring CeeLo Green. Then I was like, I don't know. Like, I wanted to ask you for a hint.
I just saw CeeLo earlier do one-on-one. I wanna play that game tonight with you know what I'm saying? He was
wow.
And it was so fly. I got caught up in it because I was listening to his vocal arrangement on the part, and him working with the band. It was dope. So you mentioning him was great. So maybe that's in the universe. Who knows?
I know, yeah. And then we gotta bring Blue back on because he dropped a single recently, Talk My Shit. Yeah, and Tretch is in the video too, and of course, love of Mr. Love Affair himself.
The Tretch song. Who else on that song?
Tretch is in the video. I don't know if he is on the song, but he's in the video. But Havoc is on the song. And then it's Blue. It's really Blue by himself, and Havoc does like the intro or whatever. And then they're at this. I don't want to give you guys like a spoiler alert, but they really literally went to one of those takeovers when they do all the donuts and stuff.
Yeah.
They had the video shoot. They had the video shoot at a takeover, so it's really like it is a really interesting video. And then Tretch is in the video. It's really interesting. So he gave me the sneak peek yesterday. He's like, don't tell anybody. And I was like, I'll
look at you telling.
No, don't tell anybody where, like they can see it. Don't show anybody. Not tell anybody, but don't show anybody. So
right.
I was like, I'm not gonna show you. I'm gonna wait till we bring you on the show, and then that way we can just roll it on the show.
Blue Flames, you be in the chat sometime. When you're ready, just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Put the link or tell us where to find it at, and we're gonna play it.
Yeah.
And that's how we do, especially people who support the show, been on the show. And if you haven't been on a show, you need to try it. Try it. Hit the link, and then if you're an artist and you got a new single out, new video, we'll play it. All right? And it's not that difficult, so I don't have to say it. You understand what I mean. And like the show. But guys, we can't leave the show without going around the block.
That's right.
All right.
I knew that was coming.
We should be with some music.
Okay, well, get them earphones ready.
See, he was all he put his shit away.
I know he's on the chat. I'm like, you better be ready when it's time to play them hits, brother.
I ain't even on.
You can take that
all night.
Miss Toy ain't forgot. I sure ain't, because
Well, you asked for it. We ready. Run a couple of new joints. It's Throwback Thursday, so I stayed with the theme as always. Throwback. Let's have it.
Juggernaut.
on the one and two, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy J-Pad, the Juggernaut, and you're in the mix with Lovely Radio Show.
J-Pad, it's the Juggernaut, the Juggernaut.
Ooh, J-Pad going hard out here.
Now, when I had my residency at the Hustler, I did that boogie song. That was one of my songs on the set.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
took me back. You know, we might have to. Yeah, we might have to. You know, we might have to go ahead and do a little
Mess
something.
around
to
with that. Okay.
give you a little,
You said you was at
interlude or something.
Hustlers.
Yeah. Hustler had a they had like a at the top floor, not in the strip part. They on the roof. They had a R&B Wednesday.
He said what?
With a live band, and I was a part of that band.
Okay.
See, I can't even get away from the whole record. You know.
I know they
So
did Gardena.
downstairs there was Netflix, but on the roof there's an R&B show going on where everybody was dressed.
You said
And
Hustler, you
we
did
had a
your set.
restaurant
I
up
was
there.
like, what?
She did her
Yeah,
set.
and I had so yeah. I'm gonna have to send y'all the pictures from that and some clips. I'm gonna find some clips.
She was the only one over there doing this dance. They was like, wait a minute, why are you not stripping? She was like, oh, I'll be up here.
I remember it was around Christmas time too. We had a Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree had blindfolds on it that you could take off the tree and take with you and stuff. It had little trinkets and things like that, blindfolds and garter belts. And I was like, the Christmas tree wasn't even a normal Christmas tree. It was like, Christmas tree or theme.
It was like Grace was going like this, you know what I'm saying? She up there.
That guy's at the Carey now, the band, the music director guy. He asked me to come back too. He's like, you want to, start performing again? I'm like, yeah, I do, but I don't know about the Carey. It's a lot different than what we was doing over there at the Hustler.
Yeah, they might need you to, they be like, take your shirt off now. You know what I'm saying? Bottomless. Like bottomless.
Now this is the time. This is the moment.
They like, we're gonna see if we can crack up.
I was like, I don't know the Carey. They might be like, we remember you from over there at the Hustler. You was in your motorcycle jacket with your liquid pants on.
Liquid pants. Ooh.
Like, can you take the jacket off this time? What's the motorcycle jacket?
We want you to start.
They ain't right. They ain't right because they want their customers, so they want to see pretty faces back in there, but they also want that good music. So every establishment.
Do.
And even when you're in elevators, there's licensed music that's going on. So if you don't have music out, you don't even know about the licensed music that's just elevator stories.
Yeah.
They're playing in a different,
It's
places.
there for a reason, right, Toy?
Yeah. So different clubs hire people. I've gone to see a couple of lounge singers in LA, at a couple of places. What was that? The Pip. The Pip, man.
Oh man,
it's on La Brea or whatever. But you know what? Talking about K-Wise, it's on La Brea, and I'm telling you, I I've heard some old school jazz singers in there that I've never seen before in my life. You know what I'm saying? A lady that we met just randomly invited us, and she was a jazz singer.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, it was so good. It was so good.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So sometimes those restaurants, they need somebody to entertain their guests.
They need entertainment. Mm-hmm.
If it's a nice place, you know. So don't be scared to do lounge singing. And shout out to everybody who has
If I didn't care.
It's fun. It really is. It's a lot of fun. I can't lie. Those are, you know, doing those shows was like really a lot of fun. You know, the guy, he always had all kind of, he loved to be flashy. He kind of reminds you of like Rick James sort of, because he, you know, he would have like the braid wig.
Never mind who you thought I was.
And the lady that
had that Rick James thing going, you know. He played every instrument, so he would pick up another instrument.
Oh, yeah.
And, he was one of those guys. So.
Not Bernie. Nah.
Oh my God, my microphone had like bling on it and stuff. Like he was one of those, you know. So we had a good time. Yeah, it was
nice. I'm sure Deborah, her grandkids and her children love watching her get dressed up for her shows, because it just reminds me of like Billie Holiday and, you know, Diana Ross days. You know what I'm saying? Just watching her all dressed up and dolled up, singing, and you know, the players that was in there that love, you know, seeing women do their thing. It's pretty entertaining too, you know. So if you out there still doing your thing, you in the lounges or you got you a residency, man, keep doing your thing, girl. You making your money. Making your money, man. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna cross her legs. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, play something, because I bet you should put me in a lounge right now. Go on, K-Wise, it's your turn to spin the block.
When I turn 50,
why he got old boy on the screen? I can't with K-Wise.
I know.
Singing,
This is
dancing.
no time ago.
What you up to tonight? Huh? What you out?
In the nude.
I love it.
Bucket naked.
Okay, let's do a vote. Should we spin the block one more time? People in the chat and my co-hosts and my DJs and producers. Should we spin the block one more time? Are you guys with it?
I'm with it.
Yeah, we could. We could.
You always gonna be yes for me on that one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I love it. Let's do it then.
For all my peoples out there, let's do it. Let's do it one time for the people. You know what I'm saying? A couple more throwbacks for you on our way. This is one more time. This is one more time for you.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy J-Pad, the Juggernaut, and you're in the mix with Lovely Radio Show.
It's the Juggernaut.
J-Pad, the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut's on one of the tools, man.
Juggernaut. Ooh, J-Pad going hard out here.
J-Pad, Q.
Ow! Let's go.
Look.
J-Pad killing it.
Check. You hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna start doing that.
Y'all ain't playing.
Yes, boy.
Let me not just
Protect your speakers, y'all.
Well, swell.
Tell them where they can find y'all first. Tell them where they can find y'all, and then we out of here. Go ahead.
Salute.
Dahlia Riley, you can search it. All my stuff will come up, songs included. Or Dahlia on Instagram. So that's where I kind of keep up with everybody else. Keeping up with me.
Yes, indeed. You already know JPad the Juggernaut. Go to custombeatking.com. There is a link to MissToyWorld.com on there. And you can catch me here on the Lovely Radio Show. Tomorrow morning, we will be on the AM King Show. Make sure y'all check us out. You know what I mean? And, vibe out one time. And real quick, thank you to everybody that purchased the Soundbox in the last week and some change. Big shout out to my boy Brahma from Apeshit 808s for putting the Soundbox on display. It has been selling ever since.
Go.
You done blew your own speaker out. K-Wise, you done blew your speaker.
Yeah, blew your speakers out, bro. You blew your whole speaker out.
You had to leave and come back yesterday to give your
goodbye.
Your thing be lighting up like it's catching it, but
right now without leaving, and he won't do it. You know what I'm saying? He can fix it right now. No
Can
reason.
you fix it without leaving? I know you can. You might have to turn it back on.
Frank,
You can
right?
fix it without leaving right now.
Show. Being Frank.
Chat.
Mute your mic and unmute it. Maybe that'll work.
Can't hear me?
Something with your head.
Come back.
You need to leave.
Come back, K-Wise.
No, you need to come back.
You need to bring your tail back, child.
You need to come bike. And y'all meet us right here every Wednesday and Thursday on the Lovely Radio Show. And make sure y'all subscribe and like Lovely Radio Show on YouTube. And run those numbers up, all right? Y'all know what it is, all right? MissToyWorld.com. Make sure y'all go to Callie Hayes. You know, it's blazing, all right? We blazing over here. Callie Hayes, make sure y'all go download, stream that, all platforms. K-Wise.
KWAZ 5000.
I don't need that kind of energy. This is not where we're going to end this show.
You're so funny.
I think that's good. Is that Goons or Smoke sabotaging me over there?
Nobody's doing anything.
Nobody, baby.
Well, hey.
People like, what you laughing at? Take me outside.
I'm sorry, y'all. It just happens that y'all got to see us go through all of the bloopers in the beginning of the show and the end of the show for whatever reason. But love the University. We always go through it to do it. So we'll see y'all next Wednesday on the Lovely Radio Show. West Coast Warrior Wednesday. And ain't no telling who gonna pop up. Shit.
Live 24/7
That's right.
on Rumble and Kid.
Rumble, we 24. Kid, 24.
See ya later.
Hey.